Oh, he puts his goggles on when he's dashing.
He just puts them on really quick.
Yeah.
No safe dashing without goggles. No, I keep getting flattened.
Yeah, those crushers are crazy.
Also the reason why blind races will never include this stage, but the auto-scroller instead. This goal isn't actually as long as it seems, because it can be really fast.
Yeah. So
Not
fast.
when I'm doing it.
What is the Goof Troop short goal?
Stage 3.
The first one is stage 3, and then the second one is stage 5.
Stage 3 is so awesome.
It is. I like the strat where you just repeatedly die in the same room twice.
Yeah, that's a good strat.
Oh, it's still the old title. Oh no, it's not. I just need Sparkster added to it. Never mind.
Well,
Never mind.
see, I went to go update the title, and then Twitch logged me out. So I logged back
Oh.
in, and I go to update the title again, and it logged me out.
Yeah, that's how it is. That happens every time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna log into the TSSB account to update it, because I can just do it through the channel instead of the dashboard.
I think we're live.
We are live.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Can't update the title at all. Every time I try to, it just logs me out.
Huh. Alright. I will give it a shot.
Can't do it from the dashboard, I can't do it from the channel page.
Think.
Does it mean anything when you get all red?
You're painted.
You're now red. Deal with it.
Besides that, though, no, it's just graphical. But you are painted.
Hey, there's a 1-up up there. That'll be handy.
Oh, in that bubble? That's what that is, huh? You'll need that.
I think we're coming up on the half-hour mark.
Saying I actually need to start practicing.
Oh yeah, can we start practicing yet? That was a joke.
Oh no!
Just kidding, show's ruined.
No more health, no!
Yeah. I feel like this requires me to memorize a lot more of the stage than I have time to. So there's going to be a lot of winging it.
That's always uncomfortable. It's one of those ones where, you know, Feasel's like, "Are we ready?" And you're like, "I guess." Fucking god.
It's- right.
I can hit the play button if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And this boss is hardly trying.
Hardly trying or trying hard?
No, hardly trying. So, does slashing your sword, or dashing through an enemy, or doing that thing where you run into an enemy and do like a spin slash afterwards, do they all do the same amount of damage, or is it different amounts of damage?
No, it's different damage. The
Okay.
beam that comes out of your sword is 3 damage. The
Okay.
sword on contact is 4 damage. The roll does 5 damage, and the rocket does 6 damage.
Ah, so the rocket is the best thing. Alright.
Yeah, but you can't chain those together. So, like, optimal is rocket, roll, roll, etc. Depending on what it is. I mean, like, and how much health it is. Because, I mean, obviously, if if you don't need the extra damage from the rocket, then you can just chain more rolls. It just
Sure.
depends on what's needed.
Huh.
Oh, I can't do that.
Are there any moves that are completely invincible?
Are there any what?
Any moves that are completely invincible?
Not really, because I mean the rocket, when you come out of your rocket, you just do like a brief little, you like pretty much ricochet off of it, and so once you hit with your rocket, you're vulnerable pretty much right after the rocket ends. But there's nothing that like you can rocket into. I think there's nothing you can rocket into, and it just like damages you instead, unless it's like a laser or something. I hope that answers your question.
So while you're in the middle of your rocketing, you're pretty much invincible, but then
Yeah.
at the end of it, when you come out, you might
The
take
goggles.
the goggles make him invincible.
They do something.
Oh, dang it.
So for this gold knight boss at the end of stage 1, are you pretty much just using rockets on him?
Yeah, because it's a very laggy boss, and so if you try and, I mean, yeah, and he's only vulnerable when his little visor opens, and so you might as well just deal a full 6
Right.
damage to him when you have that opportunity, and then once you do damage him, his visor closes again. So yeah, it's pretty much just rockets when his little visor opens, and then you use rolls to dodge the lasers when he shoots them.
Ah,
But
makes sense.
if you stand too far away from him for those lasers, the laser is like, I guess it's just kind of on the screen for longer than it would otherwise be, and a bigger laser on top of that. So that lags the game, and so you want to position yourself so that when he does do lasers, they're as short as possible.
Alright, that makes sense.
I feel like I have very poor damage control in this first stage.
It's not like you need it.
Oh, you might. Well, I don't know. I could see dying at the boss fight.
Boss fight is actually a lot easier, it looks like. If you just stand right up next to him, he can't actually hit you apart from the laser. And you
The
just
laser.
dodge roll that, and that's it.
Yeah.
As I say when I get hit.
Right. And he's only doing half a heart per hit, it looks like.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. Okay, this is Kid Icarus music. Or you guys actually aren't listening to it.
I
But last time I thought that it was Super Mario Land, and I thought it was this song because it sounded kind of similar.
It is similar, yeah.
Yep. And I was looking at it again. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be Super Mario Land, isn't it? And this was Kid Icarus this time.
I feel like this game has a really nice learning curve though. After only like 2 tries, I feel like I'm going a lot faster.
Yeah, well, it feels nice to rocket around all over the place. That rocket move is so good.
Except for that part where you don't know where you're going.
Right. Well, there's that.
Feels good till
You
you
just gotta
rocket
do
into
better.
something you don't want to. Like those crushers. Wow.
Yeah, that one that I hit every time. Yeah, agreed.
Man, this monkey boss at the start is just the laggiest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really laggy.
You can't say that until you've seen the rest of the game.
I
Yeah,
want to make
that's
sure you
true.
guys know, because if anybody, I mean, should I give tips openly?
Go for it. Yeah.
What do you think?
As long as you give it to everybody, sure.
Yeah. Stage 2 boss, make sure that you spawn him appropriately. Basically, like, wait on the left side of the boss until a certain time, and then rocket to the right. Because if you just wait on the right side, then it'll take forever for him to slowly crawl onto this screen, and you'll waste time for no reason.
Whoa. Oh, you can actually conserve your momentum if you jump right after a rocket. Oh,
What?
I lost 4 of my lives from the same crusher.
Yeah, that I'm sure I know the specific one you mean as well.
I've seen it claim a few lives here.
It's right directly in the path of your rocket.
Stage 2 is actually my favorite stage in the run. Because
It's really
there's no
fast
luck
if you
to
do it
it.
right.
There's no luck to it whatsoever. And it has, it's good, just good level design, I feel like. And I think a lot of things are placed appropriately to be conducive to a speedrun. Whereas a lot of stuff in some other stages are just like always in the way. Such as
No.
the crushers we just said are kind of nasty, but you can get used to it.
Crushers don't care.
Yeah.
Alright, these green spidery things in the later part of stage 1, can you shoot, can you go right through them, or do you have to kill them?
No, you gotta kill them.
You gotta
They're
kill
just
them.
in your way, and they're also really laggy. They're like one of my least favorite enemies in the game, honestly, just because they bounce you off when you roll into them. They bounce you off in a very annoying way, and it's just kind of irritating to position yourself again afterwards.
Yeah, the speedrun I'm watching, like, doesn't bounce off after it. I don't know how it's doing it.
Yeah, you pretty much just mash into them.
Oh god dang it! Every time into that same crusher.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Squish.
That's the one that got Razielim moments ago.
I feel like anytime I'm not boosting, I have 0 mobility.
You should always be boosting.
Well,
to me, it seems like when you are
you might have
boosting.
to like jump around. The jump itself is pretty poor.
Uh-huh.
To me, it seems like every time you guys boost, you hit a wall and then bounce off in some angle
Right.
you didn't expect to.
Your random pinball off the wall. I do like the bouncing off the walls thing, though. It makes the routing interesting, but still, it's... You end up... Sometimes you'll just bounce into something, rocket around a bunch, and end up right where you started.
Yeah, and a lot of the stages, especially the last stage of the game, not in this goal, there will be kind of enemies placed in a zigzag form, like in a zigzag like layout, going up a column, like a vertical area, and so you have to position your rocket to like zigzag through them appropriately. It's pretty cool.
You just take them all out with one rocket.
Is this one also the version that has the giant mech fight against the bad guy?
Oh yeah, that's the worst part of the game.
I think...
Actually, yeah, I think all 3 of them.
Yeah, that's a recurring thing.
But this one has one that is like big time run under towards the end of the game.
Okay.
I feel like taking a safety death after the checkpoint in stage 2 seems reasonable. I always get there with like 3 hearts or something.
I could honestly see this being an Omni game.
I've thought about it, but I have never put any work into it. Oh my gosh, every time. It's just like set up so perfectly and then nope, every time into the crusher.
I think the game designers thought, hey, what if someone tries to go fast? We put a crusher right here so it gets him.
Yeah, that's an awful lot of foresight, but maybe.
They've got some fierce gravity. Nope.
We're gonna have a Sparkster drinking game where you drink every time someone gets squished by one of those crushers.
You're dead after a while. I got hit during a cutscene. What is this?
Oh, here's the Mario.
Yeah, I was just thinking that someone must be trolling me now.
Yeah. I can even tab over. It's his waffle.
Aha.
Does dashing on the spot have any use in this game?
It does damage. I don't know other
True.
than that.
It lags the game a bunch, that's for sure.
You do a dash.
Shift.
Saw Omni doing. You can do it in all 8 directions, correct?
Yeah.
All 8 directions and on the spot.
Okay.
Yeah, if you hold no directions, it does this like a spinny thing when you're instead of dashing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that useful at all?
I don't know. I didn't use it.
It probably won't bother.
That's a really short power up. The thing that turns you red. It only
It's
lasts.
not a power up, just red.
It's just paint. There's literally like a paintbrush, and you walk through it.
It's sort of a power up. It changes your color. That usually means something in a game.
Nah.
I was gonna take a death heal.
You expect too much from your game's feasel.
I know. You're turning red. That must mean something.
Well, you're red now. If that makes you happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, red is a very happy color.
You have to say that it looks like running into a crusher is something really dumb to do, but there's like an invisible force field that pulls you into the crusher like 10 feet in front of the crusher, and then you can't escape anymore.
Yep.
So you're dead long before you actually reach the crusher.
Oh my gosh. I cannot do anything about the spider wolves.
Oh, it is a wolf.
Oh, I spawned him on the wrong side. Oh, I didn't. Whoa.
Are all the enemies wolves? The ones that aren't just robots?
What?
These guys seem to be wolves
A
also.
lot of them are wolves, it looks like.
I think in Rocket Knight, stuff was pigs. That was the thing, right?
Yeah, actually,
Everything
for
was
the
pigs.
preparation for the AGDQ run, I looked up a little bit about how it changes. Yeah, the Rocket Knight Adventures is pigs. Sparkster Genesis is wolves.
Uh-huh.
No, this one is.
This one's wolves, it
dog.
seems to be.
Sparkster Genesis is lizards.
Ah.
And then Rocket Knight for Xbox is pigs again. But I think this one, the other three have like some kind of standard storyline that they follow, and this one sounds to be just like a totally different side thing.
Our Omnigamer and Khananaphone are in exactly the same spot right now.
No! I found a crusher.
At least it's a different one.
Keep dying to the second boss. Is there anything to manipulate him? Usually one of his arms takes up a weapon and the other one of his arms does like nothing. But I've had tries where both of his arms take up sort of staff and whirl around and I can't do anything.
Yeah. You should be able to get there with enough health, but you know you can't manipulate like what he shoots at you. But if there's like, if he's got the mace or something on the side that you're on, then you have to switch sides, or else you'll get hit for sure. The lasers he shoots usually don't hit you. I forget what else he can have. There's like a weird little, like not quite boomerang, but rotatey little thing that he shoots at you, and sometimes you'll just get hit by that.
No.
You cancel any of the moves into another move?
Can you cancel what?
Any of the moves into another move?
Not a roll, but you can roll out of a rocket at any time.
Rolling's
And you
pretty
can
cool.
jump out of a sword slash, I think. But the important thing is, I mean, you can end a rocket early with a roll if you need to.
Oh my gosh.
Can you roll like in the opposite direction?
Yeah.
So if you do that diagonal boost into the crusher, you might be able to be like, "Blah," and roll backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's L is left and R is right
Yeah.
for rolling.
Probably the most
Sometimes I might-
important rule thing.
Sometimes I like try to roll left. I'm holding left and hit R. That just throws me further right. It's very sad.
And then your instinct
Agreed.
afterwards is to go left more, so you
Every
do the
time I
same
wanna
thing.
Go fast. There's just crushers.
By the way, I'm testing upload right now. See if you get something.
Knew that was gonna happen.
Yes, I see it there.
Nice. Oh, good thing the autoscroller is the one after this one. Oh god, autoscroller is so bad.
Oh, I should have given you guys the auto scroller.
Basically, if you play this game on easy, I don't actually know what it changes, but some stages you don't have to play them. Like, on easy, I think after the first one you immediately get the auto-scroller, and you don't even
Yeah,
have to do
you
stage
do.
2.
Stage 5 is missing as well, I think. It's pretty weird. Like 1, 3, 4, and 6 and 7, I think, is what the easy mode is. And there are 9 stages total in hard mode.
Huh.
We only do 5 in easy.
That's a weird way to do easy
Yeah.
modes. I don't think I've ever seen a
I think
game do
it's-
that.
It's also, I mean, it's even beyond that. It's also like, you know, damage and health and enemy placements too. I don't know for sure.
The damage is already as low as it can be, right? On normal?
Um,
Or are there some enemies that do multiple
there are some
hearts?
that do more than half a heart.
More than half a heart, okay. And then hard, I assume it's just that they do more damage to you? Or does it
Yeah,
become like a
and
one
there are
hit
different
death?
enemy placements as well.
Oh, different enemy placements.
I wonder how many people played this game on easy, beat it, and never realized there was
Yeah.
other stages.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Double Dragon 2 sort of thing, except it doesn't tell you at the end that you've played it on the easy mode. Or does it?
Yeah, it does. It
It
says,
probably
well,
does.
I don't know if it says like you'll get more levels. You'll
It
get
just
more
says
content.
try it again on a different
Yeah,
skill
exactly.
It
level,
says some cryptic bullshit, I bet.
right?
I like how you can get to the very first boss before the music even sets in.
I just noticed the reflection in the water on stage 1. That's kind of a neat effect. You don't really spend too much time at the bottom of the screen. So this stage 1 boss, is it always the same number of jumps before he dies? Well, after you've killed him, is this is his death animation, is it always exactly the same?
Which one?
Well, I'm sorry, not the first
Oh,
boss,
the mini
the
boss,
first
okay.
mini boss, the orange monkey dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost certain that it's always the same.
Alright, it almost looked like he was taking longer in one of the attempts, but I can't really tell.
Different damage probably from the
And
attacks.
one of the times that I did it, he just went off and exploded off the screen without him going through that jump around phase first.
Oh,
I
I'd have to
don't know
look
how I
back
did it though.
into that because that's interesting.
The first boss is probably one of the hardest enemies in the game to even hit.
hello Mongo Meat and hi Cursed Gamer, welcome. We're going to be getting started in a few minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Have you already failed, trained for that long?
Right.
Yeah,
Goes by
I
fast.
expect we're gonna see some times go down over the course of these 30 minutes for sure.
You get some practice in situ.
I think my goal is going to be to cut the 4 minutes. It's probably realistic.
So I was looking, these stages, I was looking at Heidman's old run of this, and because that's the thing I happened to have the video for, and I think it was 2 minutes and 50 seconds or 2:45 or something like that to get through this goal. With his version, I'm not sure what Blecky's time was.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was JD and I both got between like 2:16 or something with whatever convention we were using.
Uh-huh. Huh. Now, what causes your dude to freak out like that?
If you use the air dash 5 times before landing or grabbing onto something.
Okay, it resets when you land or grab something.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, it's not. Well, I think it's 6 times. Let me check it real quick. But it resets either. I don't think it's just landing. I think it's resetting. It's over time, and when you get hit, I think it resets as well. I don't. It might be grabbing something as well. That's interesting. Let me look.
But you think that simply landing isn't enough to reset it?
I don't think so. Let me.
I mean, when I grab stuff in stage 1, it resets at the very least.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Oh no, wait, you're not right. No, I think it looks like it's not resetting.
So the last time we had this on the show was episode 8, and was Pain 1, I think.
Was that the same goal?
Pretty sure it was the same goal. I remember this.
I was fine, and then I killed it.
But that was when we did it. It wasn't the mystery game. There was the 1 week to practice it game.
Right. So it's going to be a little bit different. There's a lot to learn.
It was a 3:15.
Oh,
that you and
3:15.
JD got.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Alright, so we're not that bad.
Yeah. It's 2:15 would have been pretty amazing then. was wondering where that time came from.
Let's do that.
If I remember correctly, the time came from optimizing when to use the rockets, when to do the dashes.
Sure, yeah, that's probably it. And it's going to be hard for just an hour of practice to route out a whole, especially level 2, just exactly where I rocket and etc.
So reassuring to get like 415 and then 4 tries later to get a 515.
Right.
I feel like you're improving really much. Oh, you can cancel your damage animation with a throw?
Yep.
Wow.
Like I was saying, I mean, there are actually a couple points in the run where you purposely take damage so that you can reset your roll thing, because taking damage, I mean, normally you can only do like 6 to 7, I think it is, rolls, if you do them really rapidly before running out and like timing out. But once you get hit, it resets it back to normal. So.
I think this boss is just trying out for the cheerleading squad, and we're ruining its day.
So odd though. Sometimes he just threw a banana at me and then died, and then other times he like took 2 stabs and I couldn't do anything.
I knew that was gonna happen. Dang it.
Alright. I think we are gonna get started in a moment here. Let's switch over to the Goof troop.
The goofs. Alrighty.
Let's get the goofs.
I'm gonna change my hotkeys back.
And I'm gonna change the now playing, assuming it lets me this time. There we go, cool. Alright, well while they're setting up, I'll... Hello, testing? Oh, there we go. Alright, while they're setting up, I'll get us started here. Welcome everybody. This is SGL number 31. We are going to be playing Goof Troop and Rocket Knight Adventures today. No, not Rocket Knight Adventures. This is Sparkster. Super Nintendo Sparkster.
Got him.
Yeah, it's all this Rocket Knight Adventures talk. Our players this week are Khananaphone. Do you want to say hello so everyone knows you're actually there?
Hey, it's me.
It's him. I'm not making this up. And we've got Omnigamer.
Hey, how's it going?
See, it's real. He's there. I'm not making that one up either. And we've got Razielim.
Heyo.
Cool. And
Wonderful.
with us, yeah, we got a great set of players, and we got some commentators, excellent commentators. We've got Blecky, who is a master of all things Sparkster and Goof Troop.
Hey everybody.
And we've got Mythical, who has recently become an expert at Sparkster.
Yes.
After
know
playing
all
through
the
it in 7
Sparks.
hours, or what was it? What was your playthrough time?
For Sparkster,
Yeah.
you're thinking of someone else.
Nope.
I played it for about a minute after you announced that it was the game.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
was
I
like,
thought you
wow,
said you
this
did
game's really
a blind
hard.
playthrough of it.
And I watched them practice.
Ah, watching them practice is good practice, sort of.
I
It's good
asked lots of questions.
There you go. Well, you're probably more of an expert at both of these games than me. But let's see. And then, of course, as always, we have our official timer, Arkhanno.
Hello.
He's going to be timing all the runs for us. So the way this works
I think
is...
Mythical is going to be timing today.
Oh, Mythical's timing today. That's right.
I can do that. Yep. I'm
You
ready.
have it's Ark's vacation.
Yep.
It's got off this week. All right. All right, so let me give a brief explanation of what we're going to do. We're going to have 3 matches tonight. Each match is going to last 30 minutes. And in that 30-minute period, the players will have a certain goal they're trying to complete, and they'll have the whole 30 minutes to do as many attempts as they can of that game. And at the end of the 30-minute period, whoever's got the fastest time wins the match. We'll be doing 3 matches. 2 of them will be of Goof Troop, and 1 will be of Sparkster. The first one we're going to do is Goof Troop, and we're going to get set up and start these players off in just a moment. Okay, looks like all 3 players are loaded up. Everyone ready to go?
I think so.
Cool. Well, I'm going to count you guys down. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh man, I love this game so much.
Yes, me
It's an
too.
amazing game.
So yeah, needless to say, I mean, I do love this game. I have run it, just so you guys know my history with it. I've run a co-op with Cypher in the past, and we also just did that run recently, this race against each other for this last AGDQ. So this is a race or a goal of beat stage 3, or actually I guess reach the stage 3 boss.
Yes, stage 3 minus the boss is the goal.
Yeah. And stage 3, I think, is probably my favorite stage in the game because there's a whole lot of interesting stuff you can do with in it. For one thing, you see lots of death abuse. Death abuse is a thing in this game because basically when you die, you go back to the beginning of the screen you were on. And so if you need to just like enter a room to pick up an item or something and then get back to the door, you can use death abuse to basically, just warp yourself back there in a way. On top of that, there isn't all that much luck. This game is pretty luck dependent, but in stage 3, there really isn't that much until you get to the boss, which is not a part of this goal. So it's a really good goal for a format like this, I think. There's also just kind of various things you can do just depending on your strats. You can, just in terms of death abuse and damage abuse, or just in terms of how you handle certain rooms, especially kind of a series of rooms where you have to go back and forth a bunch of times that you'll see later on. Stuff like that. It really is, so I mean, just those are the reasons why it's really my favorite level in the game. Let's see what else there is to know. So in terms of damage, you can see in the upper left there, you can see their life count and their health. It looks like they're starting off with 2 health, right? In this save state, or is it?
I think so. I actually have to load up to check.
Either way, though, health is going to be pretty important in this stage because the way it works, basically, if you have anywhere from 1 to 6 hearts, it means you can take 1 hit, and that's all it means. It doesn't mean you can take multiple. The only significance it has is that if you do get up to 7 hearts by collecting fruit, which you find underneath these barrels, then that gives you an extra life, and you go back down to 0 hearts. But yeah, having health is really important, just both for security and for like intended damage abuse to use throughout. So that is another part where luck really kind of comes into play in this game, is that you're not always going to get the same health pickups or the same one-ups in the various things you pick up. And also, I mean, this isn't something I knew until like 6 months after starting to play this game, but you won't have a chance to spawn fruit underneath a barrel if you pick it up with your hook. You actually have to pick it up by hand for it to have a chance to spawn fruit or anything.
I wondered about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't know that.
For this goal, they're using Goofy. Goofy, there are 2 different characters you can use in this game, Goofy and Max. Goofy is basically, when they're not carrying a pot, then Max walks faster than Goofy. However, when Max picks up a pot or a barrel or whatever, he slows down a lot. And so, whereas Goofy does not slow down at all. So when picking stuff up, Goofy is quicker. And the other big difference is that when Goofy throws a barrel or a bomb or anything, his shots do 5 damage, whereas Max's do 4. And there are a lot of things in this game that have 5 health just to offset that.
Interesting.
So it looks like,
So the routing would be a lot different with Goofy and Max, just because of the
very.
fact that you can't walk while holding something if you're Max,
Yeah.
or you're going to minimize that, but you don't care with
Yeah,
Goofy.
and it totally depends on the room as well. Max usually is quicker, just in general, just because you aren't going to be holding stuff for the majority of the game.
Right.
But for stuff like bosses especially, Goofy really pulls ahead just because he can finish them so much quicker. And especially for this stage 3 boss, whereas I mean, because for this stage 3 boss, which you won't see in this goal, but for the sake of your edification, you will basically they throw the ammo that you use to hit them, and so they only throw so much so quickly, and so Goofy obviously would be able to take them down much quicker than Max would just because of that.
Right, you're spending most of your time waiting for the enemy to give you something to throw back at it, so the fewer hits, the better.
Yeah. But Max would definitely finish this particular stage a lot quicker just because he's faster.
I like that you can just stand in front of that cannon with your hands up.
Yeah.
It looks so cool just having your hands up.
Right.
There's a bunch of fun different items in this game.
Yeah, see,
For
grappling
example,
hook and the wood plank are what they'll be
there's
using
the plank,
here.
which is basically, it just fills in a pit. There's the key, which just opens up a, any silver door. There's the boss key, which opens up the final boss door of each stage, except for stage 4. And the really fun item is this hook that you're seeing them use throughout. The hook is a very versatile item because it can either pick items up from far away, or pick barrels up from far away, or it can stun enemies and allow you to walk through them. So it just makes things a lot more consistent and easy if you have the hook so that you can get where you need to go.
Has my time upload not gone through?
I just finished.
Let me check.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we've
got a
got
couple
yours.
of runs finished so far.
Mhm.
Pretty close too.
Mine got screwed up like right at the end. Second last room.
Yeah, it looks like we've got just one from Razielim and one from Khananaphone.
Let's see here.
There's a lot of really interesting mechanics in this game, like, especially in the 2-player run, you could have Max go around and pick up all the items, then just toss them to Goofy, who has his hands up, and Goofy just throws them and damages enemies.
Yeah, the 2-player run looks really cool. I'd actually seen that much more than I'd seen the 1-player run. When I saw you guys doing that at HDQ, I think that may have been the first time I saw, really, a fast 1-player run happening.
Mhm.
Did you guys decide on which character you're going to be ahead of time, or was that an incentive or something?
That was an incentive,
Oh,
but we
okay.
were ready for both of them. I
Both
mean, in
of them.
terms of, there are huge differences in terms of timing, but in terms of, planning out room to room, it's not that big of a difference, I guess, in the end, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stuff like the keys. There's multiple keys and multiple doors that the keys will open on the stage, right?
Mhm.
But is there any possibility on the stage for getting keys in a different order than what's intended? Or is it
Not
pretty much
in stage 3.
Okay.
There's a bit of a difference just in one of the later rooms because you have a bunch of basically you have 2 keys and a hook, 2 keys and 2 hooks basically, all in the span of 2 rooms. So there's a bit of difference there, but not in terms of I'll use this key somewhere else and this key somewhere else.
Mhm.
Like you can see this room Omni's in, you can see the kind of way he's going about it, because you can either use your hook to get to that locked door on the left first, or you can use the hook to the right and use that so you can get that key and then go
I
back
see.
and get the previous hook.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of difference there.
Okay, so there is some routing to the
Yeah.
the order you get and use the items even in this goal. That's cool. And by the way, we just got a great run in from Khananaphone, takes him to first place, I
Ooh, right.
think. So Mythical's going to be timing that for us to get the exact time.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
This elevator that you see here on Omni's screen, that is not on a global timer or anything. It's always in the same positioning when you enter that room, so you can't speed that up at all. Stage 3 is pretty cool because it actually has some optional rooms. Like there's one like cracked wall that you can see that will just open up like, you know, a fun little side room with bonus pickups in it. Or there's a painting on the wall that you can break, and that opens up a door, which behind it is a room with, it's the only room with ghost enemies. So you'll never see ghosts. It's like just that kind of game, kind of like Yoshi's Island that has these weird little secrets, like one-time secrets. You'll see that a lot in Stage 4 as well, which isn't in either of the goals today. But Stage 4 actually is the only one with kind of this very long branching path where you can either go left or right. And the right path has like bouncing rocks, for example, that you don't see anywhere except for that one particular room.
Right.
So it just has like these one-time things which are pretty cool.
Splitting is very hard.
I agree. You don't have a whole lot of time to reach out and grab that space bar.
Another item we haven't really talked about is the bell. It's not very frequently used. I don't think it's used. It's not used anywhere except for Stage 5. But the idea of the bell is basically you use it and all the enemies. It lures enemies towards you. So it just if you ever need it for a particular puzzle or maybe in a co-op run to get enemies out of the way of the other guy.
Yeah, it seems like in a co-op run it would be more useful, but
Yeah. The only problem is it really like is also only used one time in a co-op run, and the only reason for that is that you lose time from picking up the item because there's that brief pause when you pick up an item, and so the time that you can make up with it isn't worth it to suffer that little pause. But yeah, the reason the co-op run is so cool is just because, like we were talking about, Max and Goofy just have these very strict differences from one another. And so the idea of the co-op run in general is that Max is the one that kind of goes from room to room, and Goofy is the one that supports him and helps him to get there, either by clearing enemies out of the way, or by using the hook to stun enemies, or to clear switches while Max goes to the door that the switches unlock. So stuff like that. And it's probably my favorite co-op run of any system. It's just because the cooperation needed is really cool.
Remember those attempts, those are always fun to watch. I think that the finished run is one of my favorite co-op runs ever.
oh, so looks like Khananaphone's run actually ended up at 348, and all the players are sub 4 right now, and not too much difference between them.
Yeah,
And we're
close.
still only 13 minutes into this thing, so
The task of this game is pretty entertaining too. Just how they're like just how the teamwork and how
Yeah.
like he'll like stand one frame in front of a door while Max gets a item or whatever.
I envy that task so much because luck really is a huge part of this game, especially when it comes to bosses. Because like the Stage 3 boss, again, you won't see it, but it just relies on them throwing their bones at you so you can use it as ammo to throw back at them. And so, I mean, obviously the task can manipulate that to get lots of ammo to use, and can like make sure that they land exactly where they need to, stuff like that.
I love that you can catch the enemy thrown projectiles. The way Goofy just grabs that thing on the way out, doesn't even stop, doesn't turn around. And they're
There's
making
also
the enemy stun and run through look a lot easier than it is.
Yeah.
There's also a shovel item you'll never see used anytime, but if you're wondering what that big, like, open field room is that they walk through at the beginning of their run around, like, the, I don't know, 30-second mark or something, it's like if you find the shovel, you can dig up, like, dirt patches to get either lives or health, but, fortunately, there aren't any, like, heart pieces or anything that you need to do a la A Link to the Past, so it's not like it would help at all if you got lucky with dirt patches. Enemy movement is also a pretty big deal in this game, especially in, I mean, like, it comes into play big time in this goal. And like in rooms throughout the entire goal, whether it be the one towards the beginning where there are the two skinny bandits with green hats on and how they position themselves, or whether they throw their swords at you, or that room I keep referring to where you have to go back and forth a lot. Enemy RNG is just a big factor in this game in general, and if you have the grappling hook, then it can help you at that time, but sometimes you just won't. Or like here you can see, sorry, I'm not sure which it is. I think it's, yeah, so Razielim there, for example, he was in a room where the red skinny pirate can pick up barrels and throw them at enemies and like kill his friends for you, but sometimes he just doesn't. So that can just be one more small thing that can be a factor.
You're gonna love what happened to me in that run.
So what are your options in terms of controls? You've got, I mean, you can grab and throw, I guess, is one of the buttons. What is it that he's doing to the pirates, or that these guys are doing to the pirates when they walk through them? Like you walk up to the pirate and you're kicking them or something?
When they have the hook in the upper left, you can push Y to use whatever item you have
Oh,
selected.
right. So that's the hook shot. I see.
Yeah, or any other item you get. And B is just picking up and throwing stuff.
Right, so it's just use item and pick up and throw are your only controls.
And
the LNR.
LNR just switches. If you can have 2 items at a time, and LNR switches between them.
Yeah, it took a while to not get confused between the 2 buttons. Especially when you're like kicking something, then you have to like pick something up. And those are like the same button.
If you use the hook, you can pick something up with Y.
Yeah.
And then to hold it, you want to be holding Y when normally you're holding B to,
Oh, weird. Okay.
Also, I think Max and Goofy control differently. I think Max's throwing is like a toggle and Goofy's is like a hold.
It's no, you can just set that in options. In options, there's throw mode 1 or 2, but whichever one is going to be the same for both characters.
Maybe the defaults are different then.
Yeah.
Wow,
I keep getting lives, but all I want is health.
Yeah, this. So it's 7 hearts to get an extra life. That's it.
Yeah, 7 hearts.
Okay. And if you have any amount of hearts at all, that's health, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And then taking a hit will drop you back down to 0 hearts.
Is the cannon in the rolling ballroom on a set timer?
The single cannon?
Yeah, the single cannon in the rolling ballroom that Omni went through a little while ago. Razielim just went through.
It usually seems like the same every time I do it. That might be wrong, but
The cannon.
I've noticed sometimes it.
What's that?
He's asking if the cannon was if the timer's different.
Oh yeah, it can change a little bit between shots.
I noticed sometimes it does like a shorter shot.
Yeah, and the length varies as well. For Goofy, it's not too big of a deal. It's weird because Goofy and Max, Goofy is actually taller than Max in terms of hitbox, So it's easier for him to catch stuff. So for that, like, cannon room, the single cannon room, it's harder for his shots to go over him, but sometimes they still do.
Yeah, you have to like slow down a bit.
So with that grappling hook, you want to use it when you're really close to the enemy, right? Otherwise, you're going to waste
yeah.
time. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not only that, but it takes so long for it to go out and retract that you don't even get to run through the enemy before he recovers.
Yeah.
Which is why I said it was. They're making it look easier than it is. It's actually somewhat tight, especially when they start overlapping and you need to do like weird double taps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when I actually try and use the grappling hook and hit him, but I get hit at the same time and die as he gets stunned.
If you do a frame perfect pickup of one of those jars, do you not stop moving? Or do you have to stop at least a little bit?
You have to stop. There's always a very brief delay.
Okay.
When you pick anything up. That's also like a really subtle difference. It's like, I forget because it ultimately doesn't matter, but it's like Goofy's pickup animation is 2 frames slower than Max's, and but his throw animation is 2 frames faster. It's either that or the other way around, but ultimately it doesn't matter.
Oh, by the way, why were the maps that you linked in German?
In German?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's weird.
I imagine just the resources out there for Goof
Yeah,
Troop
exactly. I mean, and that's
are
all it
limited.
was, but, yeah.
Yeah, I think I pulled them from NES Atlases or something like that.
Yeah, that's
SNES Atlases.
what they have at BG Maps, I think.
Yeah, that might be it.
All 3 players on good runs here.
Yeah, looking good. A lot of green numbers.
And then I
Nobody
cursed
really- Might be
one.
fake.
Uh-oh.
There's the other.
Well, nothing bad's gonna happen to Omni.
Nope, not ever.
Nope.
That
Here's
room
just
with the
the
3 guys that you have to keep running
complicated
around.
double cannon room left. That's
So dumb. Like the bottom green guy on that room with the 2 keys and the 2 grappling hook can just destroy everything or make a really good run.
yeah. If he starts throwing a sword, you're like, oh god damn it.
The strat for the room Omni's in right now is pretty cool, because those cannons have 20 health. Like I said, Goofy's throw does 5 damage, Max's would be doing 4. So what you want to do, you want to make sure you always have you want to maximize how many cannonballs you have. And so what you want to do is you want to, they take 4 damage total, 4 hits total. So you want to hit one for 3, swap over to the other and finish it off with 4, and then swap back to the first one and finish it off. Because if you only finish the first one, then you'll only have 1 cannon giving you ammo. So you want to balance it out like that.
Oh, I see. That explains it. I noticed that you guys were all doing it in that way, I assume, because, you saw that in the video. And I had no idea why, but now I understand. That makes sense.
Yeah, we don't actually run this game ourselves, we just watch videos and copy that.
Right. Well, that's how I do things, so...
And the cannons can actually hit themselves.
Yeah,
I guess that also does 5.
that's the same
Yeah,
amount.
yeah.
Cannons stronger than Max.
Obviously.
So back there, Omni just improved his time by about a second, but he's still got another 4 seconds to go to catch up with Khananaphone.
Yeah, there's time to make up in there, but getting it all to line up is tricky.
Yeah. We've got just under 7 minutes left on the clock.
These switches are weird. There are some switches in the game that you can hit with a barrel and they activate, and some that they don't. And so that's why you're seeing in that first switch room, they're using barrels to activate switches, but in the following switch rooms, they cannot. But it was really frustrating when we first found that when Cypher and I were running that, because it would make sense that that like all switches would work the same, but instead you just have to step on them instead of using barrels.
Yeah, it never even occurred to me. Because I'm just copying.
There's also that candle item you see on, I forget who's who, on Khananaphone stream, which basically, I mean, you're seeing that I think there are 2 different dark rooms in this goal, and having the candle in your inventory basically extends your light radius.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, once you've played this game enough, you just know where to go.
Candleless, yeah, it's a thing.
None of these candle mazes are very difficult either.
I will say, however, that being said, when Cypher and I were first picking up this game, he would get frustrated at me because my memory is crap, and so I would always run into walls, and it was important for me not to run into walls since I was max.
Right, you're the guy in the front, so.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, wasn't a PB for Khananaphone.
Yeah,
That double cannon room
I
looked
hit
like
B
it
to
didn't go
open
as
the
planned.
door and then hit the split, but it didn't open the door.
Oh.
I don't think it was good enough anyway, but boy, would I have had egg on my face.
I feel like I probably should have trained this goal more. I think I trained this goal for like a grand total of 40 minutes. It's probably not enough.
Well, it's up to our players to decide how much time of their week they wanna put into it.
But it's okay because I'm gonna take it all out in Sparkster.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Sparkster revenge.
I probably spent a little too much time trying to understand the Switch platform.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys will
Oh,
see
yeah,
that in the
no-
next one.
The long goal
If you
is.
found out anything, I'll be interested in finding out.
Nope.
If you
Found out.
anything about that I didn't know.
Well, at least it seems like there's no configuration where you can't do anything.
Well, if you're in the right spot, that's true. But being in the right spot is not trivial. And the dismount is what really kills anything you do there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just wing it, and then I randomly have a down arrow appear in front of me and I die.
I like it when both me and Omni are on the same, are on the first screen at the same time. It just looks like a big river.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen again. These are the things I pay attention to.
Got 3 minutes left on the clock.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
Well then.
So what's going to happen when the time runs out is these players will be allowed to finish whatever run they're currently in the middle of, but after the timer has run out, they won't be able to start any new runs. And I'll give them a warning when that's about to happen.
Oh god.
Some obvious comparisons between this game and Zelda, of course. This room-based thing and these, you know, this sort of puzzle-solving aspect of it. But this is much more puzzly than Zelda, though. This is more focused, a lot more focused on you know, mental puzzles than you know, reflex-based stuff. But of course, it's a good mixture of both.
Unless you don't have to solve any of the puzzles.
Right?
Oh yeah. Some of the block sliding puzzles, though, in the last stage, are legit. Like, I was just staring at it for like 10 minutes, and I was like, huh.
Oh my god. He threw the pot at me, I threw it back at him, and then he threw it back at me again.
The concept, or like knowing that I enjoy this game and A Link to the Past, really makes me want to play. I get them confused. I don't remember if it's Four Swords or Four Swords Adventures, but I think Four Swords is like the co-op Zelda, pretty puzzly one. It really makes me want to try it out.
Mm.
Something else that I don't think anybody's brought up yet is how important precise movement is in this.
Every single
from
corner.
the perspective of diagonally, you move slower than if you were to just go fully in one direction or the other. But it's still faster if you need to get both directions at once. But finding ways to minimize your movement so that you can always be going your maximum coverage is important and not trivial.
Yeah, and unlike A Link to the Past, if you're holding diagonal against the wall, you do slow down. Like, you're still moving at your slower diagonal speed, even though you're only moving in one direction, technically. Whereas A Link to the Past, it just changes you to the faster speed. So you have to not be pushing diagonal once you're adjacent to a wall, or parallel to a wall, or whatever.
Yeah, and that comes up in the, like, invisible maze parts.
Oh yeah, that's you have to really be on your game to take all those corners.
Alright, well the timer is about to run out, so if you guys are happy with the run, please continue. Otherwise, now's your last chance to reset. And it's over.
Khananaphone is going to take it.
Yep, Khananaphone's taking it. Omni's already...
By taking it, I mean reset.
Right.
Yes.
If that made sense.
Yeah.
Got it. Taking that chance. Oh, I like that death abuse to get the end.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I remember I was Omnigamer said something about a death abuse, and I was like, oh, I only know the one. I didn't see it, so it's cool to see him bring it out.
Yep.
Okay, I got lost in the maze. Pretty good. I don't think this run is gonna go anywhere now. How did that happen? I might as well explore.
Another thing to know about death abuse, if you fall in a pit, you'll respawn at the beginning faster than you would if you like walked into an enemy. Just because all you have to do is basically, you know, fall down and then you're back at the beginning. Whereas if you get hit by an enemy, you have to fly all the way off screen. And also, if you do get hit by an enemy, then proximity to the side of the stage does not matter, because, like, you know, you'll just fly off the stage and then wait a certain amount of time before respawning.
I see.
This elevator room that Omni just went through is nice because you can't make the first cycle, so you can take your time dealing with the enemies to make the second one.
I got a good run going here.
Around.
Just intense. Yeah. Oh, nice cannons. That's the last major obstacle.
Oh, he's got it. I think he's got it.
Oh no, I got wrecked.
Alright.
Dang. Wow.
That's gonna do it.
Got a last minute beatdown. It just happened there. Wow. So he's coming in at a, what did it say? 43? Yeah, 343.6 is what it looks like from the manual timer.
I don't remember the right time to split on the door, but I'll let you guys work it out.
Yeah.
I'll give you the official time in just a minute.
Cool, yeah, Mythical's working on the timing. Khananaphone's still got a run going. He does have a chance to, if he wants to. I know, I'm just being sarcastic.
Okay,
he's got a chance if he suddenly finds a wrong warp through the wall.
I tried.
Yeah, there's no. Omni was asking me before the race why this game doesn't have any out of bounds, but the game's too good for that. There's like no glitches in this game. The closest thing to a glitch is the fact that you can stand on the edge of a like a pit, and like you can like do a couple puzzles faster by using that. But that's about it. There's not much that is really like glitchable about this game.
Wow. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. No EG even.
Well, you can kick blocks from the sides on the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's the closest you can really come to it. And we'll be seeing that in Stage 5.
Yes, that will be our third match. So match 1 is Goof Troop, match 3 is Goof Troop. It'll be a different goal than what you guys just saw. But in the meantime, we're going to take a little break from Goof Troop and play some Sparkster. which is today's mystery game. The mystery game is a game that these players were just informed of an hour before the match started, before the matches started, so they had an hour to practice it. So we'll see how they do with it.
Oh.
Omni,
First
you
time
wanna
I've actually
finish
thought
this?
this. Okay. So Sparkster. Let's see this.
Congrats to Omni. That was a solid last run.
That was
And he did it.
faster than I thought was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't
Second.
even broke 350 before that, so
Yeah,
that's
same
happened
here.
fine.
I was
Yeah,
looking
second
at
it's
time and I'm like,
deceptively
no lives left.
possible to save time. You know, you'd think as long as the major things all go right, you'd get pretty much the same time, but your ability to cleanly move around all those little corners adds up to a huge amount of time that you can chip away at.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a very different kind of game than Goof Troop. Must be a nice transition for you guys.
You mean I'm gonna have to play Goof Troop again after this?
Nah, you can play whatever you want after this. We'll just each person will pick their own game.
I want to play chess.
There you go, chess. You play battle chess, maybe?
So
be-
how am I able to hover here forever?
You found the
without
infinite
a
air.
setting?
Is Chessmaster whatever on the SGL list?
It should be.
That would be really funny.
Just manipulate
think
the
they're
AI.
like-
Next to Ness Othello.
That's like a Khananaphone game.
It
That
is.
game, yeah, that's a good one. That one's got a you can win a sequence where you can win in like 8 moves or something. All right, looks like everyone's pretty much got themselves up and running here. Dare I ask, are you guys ready to start this off?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, 2 out of 3 is good enough. Got quorum here. Okay.
I'm fine. I can restart whenever.
All right.
Only takes 2 people to race.
It only takes 2 people, sure. All right, well, I'm going to count you guys in. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off with Sparkster. The goal this time is to beat the first 2 stages of the game. So you're going to see this outdoor stage here with the trees and the mountains in the background. Then you're going to fight a mini-boss, then they're going to go into a ship and fight the boss of stage 1. And then we got stage 2, which is some pretty intense platforming. All in all, we expect this to take between 3 and 4 minutes.
Yeah, this game is a part of I think a 4-game series. Maybe it's more than that, but mainly 4 principal games of the series. The first being Rocket Knight Adventures for Genesis. There's also Sparkster for Genesis. Then there's this one, which is Sparkster for SNES. And finally, many, many years later, they released Rocket Knight for the Xbox. This one is interesting because unlike the first 2, unlike Rocket Knight Adventures and Sparkster Genesis, it has this roll attack, which I don't think was in Sparkster Genesis. But
Not that I can think of.
yeah, but the principle, I mean, the main idea behind the entire series is that you're able to use this rocket attack to get through the levels quickly. And every move you do in this game has a different damage value. Basically, your main attack your main attack, just like your sword attack, has a beam that comes out of it, which does 3 damage. The sword component of that main attack is 4 damage. The rocket that you see them doing constantly is 6 damage, and then the roll you see them doing is 5 damage. So you're going to be using your rocket to get around from place to place just because it moves you the fastest. Whereas, but it has this charge up time, because the way you use it is you hold down Y to charge that rocket up. And so between rockets, you're going to be rolling, which is the L and R buttons on your controller. And so the general kind of ideal movement is rocket, roll, roll, rocket, roll, roll, rocket, roll, roll, etc. But I mean, that just is done as the stage allows. And then for bosses, you want to be rocketing into them as much as possible with a backup, since that does 6 damage. And then rolls are your second move of choice, which are 5 damage.
So this mini boss here that you're seeing on Khananaphone's screen, is that really laggy? I'm told.
It's just
so.
a really laggy game in general.
And are there? So it seems like killing him is pretty straightforward, but I mean, are there less or more laggy ways of killing him?
There are. Okay. But I don't know. Like, if I were, if I got this game as a mystery game, I probably wouldn't focus on the lag too much. I would focus on just straight like killing him as quickly as possible.
Okay.
But yeah, like in a run with that's fully practiced, there are definitely lag reduction techniques.
I just saw someone get crushed by the roller and then reset before we got to see it happen.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Right. These 2 giant rollers. There's a couple places where you'll see that, and I bet that at some point we'll see someone go through one. If practice is any indication.
For this stage
One
1
or
boss,
everyone.
the stage 1 boss Khananaphone's on right now, they are actually using a pretty good lag reduction move, which is basically, I mean, you can see those lasers that are coming out. The shorter the laser is, the less lag there is, and so ideally the boss just shoots the laser at the ground, and then it's just a really short laser that lasts a very short amount of time, and you just dodge it appropriately. But if you ever mess up and like you start going to the left of the screen, the laser will of course then be longer and will cause more lag. So that's a good example of one of the easier lag reduction strats that you can be using. Meanwhile, I mean, you're going to be rocketing as your damage for that boss, so it just kind of works out that way.
We just saw a clutch ending to the stage 2 boss that Omni just finished there. Gets through with half a heart left. So this second stage, you see Khananaphone playing it right now. The second stage seems like a lot of work to route, just because it's so big and there's, obviously with this dash attack, there's going to be multiple ways you can do things. Deciding where you're going to dash, what you're going to bounce off of, and when you're going to recharge.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, there are actually multiple ways through the stage. I mean, like, there are just a few branching paths, basically, that soon after converge back to the same point. It's not like one path throughout the entire stage and another path throughout the entire stage. But, yeah, so in addition to, it's not only kind of like knowing which of those paths to use, it's also, once you decide on a path, like you were saying, Feasel, basically, like, how can I chain together my rockets and my rolls in such a way that will get me through as quickly as possible. So
yeah, there's lots of time just hidden in this, it seems, because anytime you see, you bounce off a wall, that's could potentially be taking you, back distance that you'll need to recover again later. I do like the bouncing off the wall aspect of it, but it definitely makes it pretty frustrating when you're new to it and trying to make your way through these close quarters. You'll end up just like ricocheting off all kinds of stuff, unless you've planned out exactly where you're going to do your rocketing. Alright, so for this boss, you said, Lucky, I think you said that you wanted to start on the left side and spawn him a certain way.
It seems like you're, you would assume that you would just wait on the right side for him to come out, but if you do that, basically it takes him forever to actually scroll onto the screen. So what you want to do instead is you wait for him on the far left side of the screen, and then through whatever cue you need, usually it's an audio cue just based on the boss music that's going on, you rocket to the right at the correct time so that he's already spawned at that point and is just waiting for you to start doing damage to him.
I see. So he must spawn a certain distance to the right of wherever your position is.
Yeah,
and so
I
you
think that's the way it works.
You go as far left as you can to get him to spawn far left. That makes sense.
Yep. And then once you do engage combat with him, he has a few different things he can do. You can kind of see on Razielim's screen, he's like, one of his hands is spinning, on the other one he's gotten like a rocket launcher, and so depending on what he's using, it can just screw you up a little bit. but it's usually not too much time lost. One of the worst ones, I mean, he can have a laser gun, which can shoot you off, or sometimes he'll pick up like a giant mace that will basically kind of protect an entire side of him, and you have to go to the other side to fight him optimally.
Okay, and so that's random which
yeah, that's
thing
random.
he's going to give you. Okay.
Wow. Khananaphone is 4 frames faster than Omnigamer.
Wow, so close. So close.
How much faster am I?
Really? Oh.
Yeah,
With
the
Done.
split is when the stage clear starts to appear.
Yeah, it's a long wait after you know, while you're waiting for that boss to explode.
Yeah.
It's tough because you look at the timer and you're like, oh man, this looks like it's going to be it. And you're like, oh man, it's still going. It's still going.
Gotta love bosses that don't know when to explode.
So in terms of routing at this game, like I said, I mean, I mentioned how the damage breakdowns work. And so every boss or enemy has different health values. For example, the stage 1 mini-boss has 32 health. So it just kind of works out that a rocket, which is 6 damage, and then 2 rolls, which are 5 damage each, altogether do 16 damage. So if you do a roll, or a rocket, 2 rolls, a rocket, 2 rolls, then that's 32 damage in total, which works out perfectly. Whereas, like, if he had 1 more health, then you'd probably cut out one of those rolls for another rocket or something like that to fight him optimally. So it's all just kind of routed out to match whatever a particular boss's health is. But yeah, stage 2 is actually my favorite stage in the game because there's no luck for one thing. And it's really just, this is a very luck-based game, especially as you get to the later bosses, which we won't be seeing today. But the later bosses are ridiculously luck-based. But stage 2 is pretty much luck-free, so I really enjoy that part of it. Stage 1 is luck-free as well. There's some minor luck with the boss, but that's it. And that's just like how he shoots his lasers, which basically just kind of adds on some lag frames depending on how often he does that. And I guess actually, well, it also decides how often he's vulnerable. But it's not too big of a difference in the end.
Is there any reasoning to why that first mini-boss has bananas sometimes?
I think he always has bananas, I think.
The last couple times he did not.
Oh, really? Okay. But yeah, not that I know of, though.
What did the bananas do? Is it just points? Is it health?
It's health, actually.
It's health.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
full health, actually.
Oh, wow. There's
Really? I haven't even seen that.
sparkling bananas.
Yeah, I just noticed it on one of my recent attempts.
Yeah.
Does he like drop it after
holds
dying?
His
He had it
hand.
in his hands and carrying it around with him.
Yeah, it like, the banana sprite like follows his hand. It's funny.
But you can just grab it out of his hands, though.
Yeah.
I like this ceiling boss. It just dies
Yeah,
before you can
that's
see what it's going
like-
to do.
That's the easiest boss in the game.
Yeah.
You just rock it up 4 times and that's it.
Oh boy, I hope this boss doesn't do anything stupid to me, because I only have 2.5 health. Nope. No, too spinny, why? It would have been such a good
Yeah,
one.
like right now he has it on my screen.
Mm-hmm. There they are. No, you don't get your health back when you go into the ship, right? But you do get it back after the boss of stage 1.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually, technically finishing a stage with less health is beneficial because there's a bonus,
Sure.
score for extra health.
Right.
So when you get to stage 3, actually, stage 3 is an auto-scroller where you're on a giant robot chicken. And so, for whatever reason, when that stage ends, if you die while fighting the boss of stage 3, you're still able to shoot lasers out of your robot chicken. And so you can actually die and then finish the boss, but
There it goes.
it's beneficial because then you have no health left, and so there's no health
Right.
bonus that you get
God dang it.
But that's the only stage you can do that in, just because it has that chicken.
The chicken effect. We saw another roller death.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the bananas. I don't know why they're inconsistent. I'm not sure what would decide it.
Maybe it has to do with how much health you have going into the boss.
Maybe.
If you're at full, it doesn't give it to you.
Shouldn't you always be full at that part?
I don't know.
There's also a very minor thing in stage 1 I'll mention. Basically, as you approach the mini-boss, there's a cutscene that occurs where you basically land, you kind of get into this tired state where you're just falling straight down, and then you enter the cutscene. So what you want to do is you want to minimize how long you're falling. So you want to kind of enter the cutscene as close to the ground as possible, so that you're not, you have no falling time. So it's just one more thing to kind of look out for. There's tons of minor stuff constantly going on that you can use to speed up your run.
So something that you hopefully won't see is your character will actually get tired out if he does too many of these, or dizzy or something like that. If he does too many rocketings in a row without something occurring to reset it. I guess getting hit does it.
Yeah.
And just a certain
time.
amount of time elapsing will do as well.
And so you can, and even if you're...
Just wanted to
Even if you're
clarify that Omnigamer's second run is a little slower than his first one.
A little
okay.
slower?
Yeah.
Need to split when the stage
I just
clear
checked
fades
it
in.
and double checked it and triple checked it.
Well, okay, that's fine. It's probably just because his splitting on stage clear is weird.
It is weird. You wait a very long time for that thing to come up.
Chop, chop.
Oh, such a good run. Then died.
We're getting close to the halfway point. Not quite there yet. Close.
I feel like the first boss in the game doesn't do anything apart from trying to make it really hard for you to hit him.
I gotta say, watching these movies back at times 9 speed or whatever the hell it is insane.
Yeah.
I believe that those crushers, the up and down crushers in stage 2, are on a global timer to the stage. So once you're fully practiced, you'll always know where they are. But if you're trying to go fast, but not quite at the point where you're doing it the same every single time, then you can definitely get a nasty surprise sometimes where they're in a bad spot and get you good.
Sure
The
about
roller
that?
crushers will just destroy you no matter what, though.
The thing is, no matter what I'm doing, I always get there and the crosses are in exactly the same spot.
It
Always.
must
really?
be really consistent,
Yeah,
even when you don't seem like it.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think so.
No. Okay.
Another thing to know about the stage 2
Nice
boss
boss.
is that, like I mentioned before, your sword attack does 4, and the beam that comes out of it does 3. If you attack too rapidly, then your beam will hit the boss instead of the sword. So you want to kind of stretch your attacks out just a little bit so that you're hitting with the sword, and so that your beam attack graphically goes through the boss. Just to save a little bit of time and maybe require a couple hits fewer to finish the boss.
Yeah, so Omni just got an excellent run in. It looks like it probably would have been about 4:06 when it finished, I would say.
Yeah, I still have no idea when to split. So
Yeah, that's
I'll
cool.
let you guys
It's
work
when
it out.
it's you first start to see it, but it's kind of hard to tell. It's easier when you're frame advancing through it, I bet. I could probably have done it when the screen flashes white or something like that, too.
On the kill,
This is
kill
so
hit maybe?
unnecessary to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I remember because for my second SGL appearance, this was the game of the week, and we had to do this goal is the short goal, and then stages 4 through 6 is the long goal. And I just remember that the split time and the stage clear appearance thing in stage 6 is really difficult to see. So I remember like that part of my strategy would be to fly to rocket up to the top where sky was visible, so that the stage clear thing was more visible.
Just to see the split location.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a squish.
Yeah,
It didn't
remember
matter.
timing those rounds, and like the stage clear takes so long to pop.
Yeah,
off.
it sure does. Yeah, I try to avoid making
timing
it last
in
hit though.
Omnigamer's time is much faster.
Oh wow, that's it. Is it the 405?
Mm-hmm.
That just updated. Yeah, 405 and a half. Wow, the bar's been set pretty high here.
I had like a sub 4 in practice. I need to get that again.
Yeah, I'm just like level 2 is just destroying me.
Same.
Now remember, these
And as you
players only had
practice it
was
for 10
horrible.
minutes.
right. You only had an hour to practice this too, so it's crazy that that Razielim, you were able to get a sub 4 time that now you're having trouble repeating. You'll get it. Don't worry about it. Everyone will be sub 4 by the end. I guarantee it.
Sub 3. Come on, guys.
Sub 3, that's what I meant. Sure. Is
I
the
love all
prince-
these weird 8-bit chiptune.
Oh yeah, the
songs.
chiptune
gosh.
covers of things.
of rail songs.
Yeah.
Boss 1 is showing me the business.
Wow. Guy's supposed to be a pushover. What happened?
Stuff.
I missed one and then it fell out of control.
Life happened.
I talked a bit about the cutscene just before the stage 1 mini boss. That cutscene, when you approach it, just stops you completely, stops in your tracks. But the stage 1 full boss cutscene just before him, you'll actually, if you're in the middle of a rocket when you approach him, you'll continue that rocket. And so that cutscene won't stop you, unlike the stage 1 mini boss cutscene. And so you want to rocket like just before that cutscene occurs to get as close to the boss as possible and thus like minimize the time of the cutscene. Whereas if you do it early or not at all, you'll just be walking for a longer period of time in that cutscene.
I saw Raz there just go way out of his way to make sure he didn't go into that one crusher that everyone goes into.
It's that one.
Well,
It,
let them
it,
die.
it is
Oh
the
my
if you
God.
had to pick one that was the worst, that would be the one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
You're right, they're all terrible.
This is terrible run.
We have just over 9 minutes left on the clock.
Well, why didn't it cancel?
Oh,
The thing is, you know you're going into it the second you release that button and you're trying to cancel it, but then the cancel doesn't work. So you're just sad.
The worst is when you're like going slow to try to avoid the crusher, but there's none there. That's not where it is.
oh, I like his hanging animation. I wish you got to see
What
that
just
more.
hit me?
The
No,
damage
he's
in
a
Rocket,
cheerleader.
Didn't see.
the general strat for doing damage in Rocket Knight Adventures is actually really different. I think the idea in Rocket Knight Adventures is when you hit with your sword attack, every frame that your sword is touching the enemy does a certain amount of damage. And so I think optimally, you're just using your sword a lot, and you're not really using your rocket or even your neutral rocket.
Right, just the slashes. It
Yeah.
depends on the boss. Like, that boss has a couple different damage schemes. There's some that don't have... I mean, the bosses in that game will have no invulnerability at all.
Mhm.
Some of them will be on a timer, and some of them will be on a timer, except it doesn't matter which move you do. They all do the same damage. There's, like, I think 3 distinct way the bosses behave
Mm-hmm.
in that one. But yeah, you're right. The sword slash in some cases will be really powerful, and you'll hear it hitting every frame. But this game, not so much.
Yeah.
Rocket Knight Adventure is a good game. If we get Genesis on here, that game will definitely be making an appearance. Maybe not so much Sparkster Genesis.
Yeah, you can try it. I mean, I don't know how a run would be, but I didn't enjoy it that much. But I mean, there's tons of stuff tons of gems you'll have access to, and maybe Sparkster is more of a C or D tier.
It's not one of the A-list games, so
Yeah.
okay, all right.
But it's I don't think it'd be an awful speedrun. It didn't catch my fancy.
From what I've seen, being a tier game is not a requirement for being on SGL.
Right, no, certainly not.
Oh my god. It's hard to get in there.
Okay, so for the stage 2 boss, if you do 2 dashes before you start just standing on him and slashing, are you always going to be able to kill him before, you know, whatever bogus thing he does with his hand gets you, like if he's doing the spinning baton or something like that?
I think you can
he
kill him
could-
before he does anything.
You can kill him before he does anything?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think you can? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Bogus
He'll
baton.
always have like at least one chance to get you. And yeah, there are tons of side rooms throughout the game, which either contain fruit or points or whatever. Especially in stage 5, which has a maze component to it. There's just tons of little side rooms that have just like points or extra fruit or whatever. But if you're just learning this game, those side rooms with fruit, which are health, become quite welcome. Because it only takes like two or 3 seconds to get in there, grab your fruit, and get out.
Except when you accidentally rocket into them. And you're not trying to actually go there.
Oh, it's looking good. Not quite sub 4 though. Come on, die faster.
Spoilers.
Die faster! Die faster, please!
It's going to be some time.
No,
I didn't even know that one was there.
you're way over
Oh
4.
No.
God.
But
Possibly still. Oh,
Maybe
that
sub
was
5.
really close. It's possibly sub 405. I don't know.
I shall take a look.
All right.
I am way lagging behind here.
I have no idea what's going on with this game. I hit some buttons and sometimes it works out.
You gotta go
And
fast.
sometimes gets crushed. Your dreams and body get crushed.
It is indeed sub 405.
Oh, there it is, 404.84. We got a less than 1 second lead, Razielim over Omnigamer. With 3.5 minutes left in the clock, we've got,
Ouch.
I don't know, enough time for these guys to see how this run goes before giving it a decision over
Yep,
resetting.
fly into a crusher, start another one,
Yep,
and reset that one for a final one.
right, exactly.
Also to a crusher. No, I got dizzy.
Can see the
And then I got
future.
cancelled.
Cannot
What the fuck?
kill 8-man.
Emin is probably the boss I have the hardest time killing.
I'm curious if the people in the audience, if anyone has played this game, and what they thought of it.
This is another one of those games where not many people have played it, but everyone who has says it was really good.
Right, I surely did not play this game when I was a kid. I don't think I even knew anyone who had it, but having played it now as an adult, I very much enjoyed it.
The unfortunate thing about running it really is just that the second half of the game can be so luck-based. Because basically you've got the stage 5 boss, which is like a skeletal worm, which comes out of the ground and can either like do flamethrower type attacks, which keep him above the ground, or he can burrow back under the ground, which makes him invulnerable for another like 6+ seconds. So that can be really crappy. The stage 6 boss should be consistent. He's not as bad. But he can certainly, if he does too many of his more damaging attacks, then he can just wipe you out completely. And that's actually what got me in my SGL thing, was he did that in the 3 times that I made it to him, and he destroyed me. And then stage 7 boss is really the nightmare of the game. He's this boxing boss, where I don't even know like how to describe him, but
it's the Rock'em Sock'em Robot part?
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
That's a fantastic part. By that I mean it's awful.
And it's right after this auto scroller. It's very, very like a 4 or 5 minute auto scroller. Yeah, basically, I mean, you just have to hope there's no consistency to him that anyone who's run this game has found. And you just have to hope that he does what you want and doesn't go berserk on you, basically. And then the stage 8 boss is pretty nasty as well. Not as bad as stage 7, but he can be pretty nasty, and he's another, unlike stage 5, it's not, stage 5 is like, you'll beat him, but you might just take forever. Stage 8 is either you'll beat him or you'll die, like stage 6. And so he's just one more luck-based boss, basically.
So Razielim just had what is looking like it's going to be a winner right here. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
An amazing time.
And that was getting knocked off the boss at the end too. That could have been a good 2 or 3 seconds faster, couldn't it?
With a game this crazy, that just, you know, the room for optimization is huge. Give him another hour, and that time would seem, you know, easy.
Oh, actually,
that's
saved
what
4 seconds on Ape Man.
That's another thing I really like about the mystery games. I remember when I had Shadow of the Ninja.
Hold on a second. Wait. I gotta let you guys know that now is your last chance to reset. If you wanna reset, you can do so now. Otherwise, you're stuck with the run you got. Khananaphone has just finished a run. Yeah, you can do one. You can reset after this one that's going. All right, good.
I think I'll be like half a second.
So now we're past it. So you're stuck with what you got.
Do I get one more? Or...
Yeah, no, you got it because you were we're waiting for that extremely long stage clear to appear.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
If I timed it right, I'm like half a second behind Omni, which is.
It's something.
Okay,
That's
sorry, Blake, you
respectable,
can go on with what you were saying.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say, like, what I really like about the mystery game component of these, of SGL, is that it feels like it's just gonna be like you have this 1 hour, and then that 1 hour of experience is kind of like all you get in terms of, you know, learning the game. But you just, as your 30-minute actual like timing period continues after that 1 hour, you learn so much over that 30 minutes that your time just like kind of like Mythical was saying, your time just continues to decrease extremely rapidly over that following 30 minutes, even though it's like during the competition.
Right, I guess that's sort of the point where you've gotten past the, you know, the getting used to the game, getting a feel of it, and that's when you can actually start to make progress, because now you're working on, you know, optimizing all the little things instead of just sort of struggling to get through it. Yeah. This would be a much different thing if you had 2 hours to practice and then a half an hour to do attempts. I bet we would see a lot less of a change in people's times during the match itself.
I don't have the attention span for 2 hours of practice, though.
Yeah.
is a little less exciting too, because you know you would get more of a finished product at that point, whereas it's kind of neat seeing the in-between steps that you get with 1 hour.
There's no way to speed up stage clear, right?
Right.
Oh, please tell me there is. Oh.
At least I'm good at level 1.
Can the elevator boss even hurt you?
I think after like 5 minutes of waiting, he starts to have attacks. Crush.
It was such a good run though. I was like 10 seconds ahead.
Aw.
In any other game, these crushes wouldn't do anything, but with the speed you have is rocket high. Just keep flying into them.
Yep, it's one of those purely memorization-based things, and so
No.
you only got the hour. Memorization is one of the
Oh,
trickier things.
Omni was so far in the green. Dreams
Oh.
crushed.
Well, the green doesn't matter. Because
Mine
it
certainly got
started
crushed.
wrong anyways.
Did we all get crushed?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, within the span of like 10 seconds.
Whatever, I was like bouncing off the walls anyway.
Everybody's
Yeah.
crushed.
Three
I did not have a
delightfully
thing to do at all.
flat
Yeah.
dreams.
I'm done.
We'll put them up on the wall.
Oh nice, I'm 0.3 behind.
Hey, pretty good. Someone might still get it. That elusive sub 3 that we're waiting for. Nope.
Maybe in a week.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it.
When the timer wraps around back
I
to
don't
0 again,
understand,
maybe.
Sometimes my boost will
I
just
know,
go in a
I-
completely random direction.
Huh.
I think
But,
my time
yeah,
might
this is-
actually be sub 3 if you just take out the stage clear screens. It might be like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, probably. Those things are long. Alright, well that's it for match 2. We had Razielim take this match at the 348. Just head and shoulders above what we expected, but I mean, I guess as he said, he had a sub 4 in practice, so it was only a matter of time before he could get it again. But Omnigamer and Khananaphone extremely close, less than a second apart. Wow, this was a pretty exciting match, I'd say.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to move on to the third and final match of the day. We're back to Goof Troop again.
More goofing.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what we can make happen with this guy.
Will we finish a run?
Hopefully someone will. I
Makes
don't
my
want-
job easier if you don't.
Right. I'm worried Mythical's going to fall asleep if you guys don't give him runs to time. So if anyone watching would like to be a player on SGL, please contact us. You can email us at sgl@speedgaming.tv, or you can contact me, Feasel, by any of the various means. I'm on Feasel0 on Twitter. I'm Feasel on Twitch. Yeah, either of those work pretty well. Also on SDA.
Can I call a timeout real quick?
Sure, no problem.
I'll be back in just a minute.
Alright. Also, if you want to volunteer to help out with the show, you can contact me through those same means. And another thing we could always use is more goals. More games, more goals. So just coming up with... I mean, you can go all out and come up with the save states for us and just, give me the save state and the written description of the goal, or even just being able to point me to this particular game and this particular stage would be a good stage for it. That's usually enough to make a goal out of. It often helps to know what starting equipment, what starting, items, level, health, etc. you want
Yeah,
the
there's
character
some
to have.
tips
That makes a big difference.
On the page, right?
Right.
Oh
yeah.
wait, no. I think that's only if you can see the. Never mind.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, the
list
goal
of
making tips.
goal making.
What kind
yeah,
of
it's a
time
staff
frame?
thing.
What kind of time frame are you looking for goals these days?
So I'm trying to get it, you know, like between 1.5 to 3.5. So 1.5 to 3.5 minutes is what I was target time. Generally trying to get it, you know, under 4 minutes is pretty key. We've had a couple of these goals that were a little bit long that went over 4 minutes, but yeah, about 3 minutes is perfect.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome
This
back.
is not one of them.
No, this is going to be a little on the long side. I think both of the Goof goals are kind of long, but you know, you can't really break these stages up. All the stages are relatively long in this. Okay, so we got everyone back and we're present. We've got 4 splits for this. Is that right? Let me just double check that. Right. Okie doke. Are all the players ready to do this?
Yeah.
Let's go with yes.
How about yes? Yes or no?
I've tired
Okay.
my arm
Yes,
out
yes.
skateboarding here.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to
Trying
count you guys
actually
down.
Play Goof Troop in real life.
You can play Goof Troop in real life?
Yeah, there's a skatefall for that. You max.
Alright.
All you need is a 6-foot talking dog.
And a pirate ship full of beagles. Okay, but here we go. I'm going to count you guys in, and then we're going to play this. So, 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off.
Luck, everybody.
Good luck, guys. What you're seeing here is level 5 of Goof Troop. I think there's only, what, like 7 levels in this game or something?
I think this is the last level.
Oh, there's only 5 levels in this?
Yep.
The boss is
The boss is the final.
Keel Hall Pete. But you're not going to see him. Well, you'll see him, but we're not going to fight him. He's very random. So
Yeah, this
we
is the
cut him
last
out.
level. This is the last level of the game. It's one of the more challenging ones for sure. There's a lot that can go on, and there's also kind of 2 different routes, overall routes to the level you can take. You can either, just because there's this grappling hook pretty early on in the elevator room you'll be seeing, and basically getting that grappling hook allows you to either kind of use it immediately or use it later. But while having the grappling hook earlier lets you use it immediately, that also kind of sends you a bit out of your way in order to get it. You'll see a bit what I mean. So ideally, so let me clarify. Basically, there's this mini cannon room you see right here, and the way you need to clear it is you need to have those mini cannons shoot all these pirates. But because they shoot at fairly random times, the distance between their shots varies, and the enemy AI varies. It won't always be the same every time, and so what you can do to help with that is go a couple of rooms out of your way to get a grappling hook, and basically you can use the hook to position those enemies where you need to. Or you can try and lure them by having them follow you in the way of a cannon shot. Overall, I think that the skipping the hook and saving it for later saves about like maybe 10 seconds or so, maybe a little more than that, if you get reasonably lucky. Ideally, you skip the hook and save it for later, but it is worth noting that if you want to do it more consistently, the hook can really help you out a lot in that regard. Yeah, it's a really difficult stage. As you can see, none of the racers have really gotten more than a few rooms in. I don't think anyone's gotten past that grappling hook room, in fact, or that mini cannon room, just because it can be so brutal. The bell can help you out a little bit, but it just depends.
I find the bell's pretty useful there. I go
Yeah,
out to
and
right
you
and then re-enter each time. Re-enter, and then as long as I get that first one, then the other 2 are free.
And you do need the bell later on anyway, so you'll have to get it at some point regardless. This can be a pretty luck dependent and difficult room. Basically, you need to have you have these 8 barrels. I think it is maybe see. Yeah, 8 barrels along the left side that you can use, and you need to use those to defeat all the enemies that are on that elevated platform. And once you do that, a door opens up so you can progress. But if you get unlucky and the enemies go along the right side of the platform, then they'll be out of range. You can use the bell to lure the 2 green skinny pirates over, but that red pirate is named Ramble, and he doesn't care about anything. He does not even care about bells. So he can screw you over, kind of like he did to Omni here. He walked to the right side, and there was nothing Omni could do except for wait for the elevator to be in the right spot for him to hit the enemy. Ramble doesn't even get stunned by the grappling hook. He's pretty beastly.
It's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Ramble.
Stage 5 does have a lot of difficult puzzles in it. For those that played this game as a kid, you probably spent like upwards of an hour just staring at these puzzle rooms trying to solve them, especially the very last one in the stage.
Yeah, the very last one was the one. That's how I was introduced to the game. Is that Cypher loaded it up and said, "Here, play this. Beat this block puzzle."
Yeah.
I was looking at it. I was like, "You can't even use this block for anything. You can't. You can't." Turns out you can. I did not.
You need to
see
teach block puzzles in school or something.
Ha.
As you can see here, Khananaphone made use of death abuse by, rather than waiting for the elevator to come back, the platform to come back and get him where he needed to be, he just used death abuse to teleport back to the beginning of the screen. So that's just like in stage 3. There's room for death abuse throughout this entire game. This is what where Omni is now. That's where you really need the bell, because basically you need to guide this pirate all the way to the switch, and I don't even know if the task skips the bell. Theoretically, skipping the bell, I mean, if the pirate just walked exactly how you wanted him to walk, then it would be quicker. But
the task does get the bell.
What's that?
The task
gets
the
task
bell.
Does skip the bell? Okay, gotcha.
No, it gets it.
Oh, gets it. Okay.
Picks it up. Yeah.
So yeah, it must be that then.
The guy walks slower if he's not belled, so I don't see.
Yeah,
why
and I think he stops regularly and stuff, so that makes sense. But yeah, you basically, for a run, you for sure, a real-time run, you for sure need the bell for that room. There's another dark room where you get the boss key. Now, Omni's coming up on this elevator room, and this can be like very much feared in a run. Basically, the idea, though, in the end, is that if you stand in the bottom middle, just where Omni is, then you have access to the 2 main spots that you'll be using throughout, the 2 main arrows that you'll be using throughout the room. And which is basically the way that elevator works is there are 8 different sets of buttons. And 6 of the 8 sets have a beneficial button in the lower left. So 6 of the 8 sets have a button that will send you either up or right in the lower left. And the 2 remaining sets that don't have a beneficial button have a beneficial button in the lower right instead. So if you position yourself in the bottom middle, then basically the idea is you watch the lower left button. If it's good, then you step on it. If it's bad, then you know that you can step on the lower right block instead. And that basically is the idea, and will get you to the upper right of the screen. And then at that point is basically just kind of setting yourself up to make sure that you can actually get onto the, you can actually leave the platform correctly without having it leave a pit between you and the thing. Which it sounds, I have to guess. Oh, okay, Razielim got it. Nice. Oh no, Khananaphone got it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Around the screen. But yeah, that's the idea of that elevator platform. So, a run finished by Omni.
I'm nervous. I have no lives or hearts.
Yeah.
I almost
That
just
was
walked down.
that was painful at the end. I missed that stupid pirate.
I saw that.
Alright, well we did get one on the board. It's a little more than 4 minutes, so I guess we'll have to
that's
fire
good.
the people who made this goal. But
Yeah, I submitted this one I think way back when.
yeah, way back, like in the beginning of 2013?
Probably.
I think it was early 2013 or something. So there had not, I think there had only been like 2 SGL episodes at the time that this was first suggested.
I believe 4 to 5 minutes actually was sort of
Mm-hmm.
what we shot for back then.
Yep. That's what we did, longer ones back then.
Had a really nice last room.
No.
That one
Ooh, this is
confused.
gonna be close. Like,
Oh my
Khananaphone
God.
Probably edged it out.
I threaded that thing in there.
Razielim on a run that looks pretty good too.
It's horrible.
It's terrible, don't even look at it. Oh. He's just being modest. Alright, but we do have 2 runs on the board though, so that's good.
Oh god, I don't remember. The biggest fear is actually forgetting how to do a block puzzle.
So this block puzzle you're seeing in the lower right here, this is the... Uh-oh.
I can't believe I fucked up the block puzzle.
Fine. I
Uh-oh.
think that was like on pace to be first place as well. So I want you to know that.
Yeah, I know, I saw the time. But that's not good enough, because it's gonna get beaten so much.
Right. There's only enough time to do like 1 or 2 more runs each. And... No, that's not true. They got plenty of time.
You
If
made
you
me
said,
look
"Oh,
over.
time's out," I'd be like, not that surprised.
Yeah, someday I'll have a 28-minute goal in this.
Minute 3, like reset. Wait, oh.
My precious lives.
This is unfair.
No!
Do or die.
I used a really weird strat on the room before that puzzle with like the 3 cannons, where I just go through it and then tank a hit, immediately grab a fruit, tank another hit, grab another fruit, and just keep going with that.
Oh.
Fruit is healthy, kids.
So on like stage 3, for the most part, I think unless I'm like missing some glaring rooms, health isn't nearly as much of a concern in stage 5 as it is in stage 3. The big room where you really need it is this room that Razielim's in right now, because the intended way to do that room is basically like you step on a switch and barrels slowly come out to you on a conveyor belt and you just beat the enemies one by one. But I mean, just as long as you have health going in, then you can do it just fine. And the save state for this goal starts them with health anyway, so that's no big concern.
So these flashing green blocks that you kick, can they only be kicked a certain number of times? Is that the idea?
It's once
it's
you
a
kick
timer.
them once. Yeah, once you kick them once, it activates a timer.
Oh, I see, because I noticed their color changes
Yeah,
over time, but that's based on a fixed timer, not how many times you've touched it. Alright.
exactly.
Okay.
And
So-
for the most part, I think in the US version, the timers in a speedrun are basically a non-issue. But once you get to some of the more complicated, because the Japanese version, for the most part, is identical, but the puzzles, a lot of the puzzles are completely different. And one way that it makes it different is it replaces some of the normal blocks with exploding blocks that are on a timer. And so you have to kind of reroute them to make sure that you do the non-timer blocks first and then the exploding blocks second. And so it just forces you to reroute those puzzles that you're so familiar with. The Japanese version actually has 3 different difficulty levels of puzzles with, where every puzzle basically has a different layout for the most part between those 3 difficulties.
Wow.
Whereas the US version only has the 1.
They really put some extra effort in there. They redesigned the puzzles twice for this thing. That's crazy.
Is there an equivalent between the
I
US.
forget. I've asked Edenol a couple times because Edenol is the one that is the most familiar. Edenol and Alco are familiar with the Japanese version. I think one of the three are similar but not exact. So it's actually kind of forward.
Those puzzles are pretty hard, so
yeah.
you know, if it turned out that was easy or something, I would shudder.
Alright, you're seeing this infamous arrow platform here.
Yeah. But Razielim got it. Khananaphone, I switched you guys up, sorry. But yeah, Khananaphone had a pretty good platform room, so yeah.
Now that I have 2 items, I can spam L and R really fast.
Do some like Contra style weapon switching. It'd be cool if you could use them both. Oh, he's gonna dual wield these grapple guns.
Alright, no health. Let's do this.
Grab the cherry to stay alive. Nice going.
It takes to the point where I'm starting to regret that I reset that one run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw your times on stage 3 and was like, damn, I need to get a real good time to beat you guys, but I don't know. It must be because it's stage 5 and it's just really dumb to play fast.
One thing about the bombs is that
Oh, yeah.
the explosion hitbox is actually pretty big. So you can take out 2 pirates at the same time if they're positioned decently. But you need a bit of luck for... Yeah, you pretty much need a bit of luck for that and proper positioning of the bomb throw.
Oh, too bad. Alright.
It's gonna be close.
Yeah, Omni taking a bit of time off of his run, right in the same neighborhood as Khananaphone. We'll have to see how that one comes out. Mythical is working on the timing for this.
35.99. Wow.
Yeah, that's that's interesting.
I did improve mine by a huge margin.
10 frames.
Yes.
Whoa!
10 frames in favor of the...
Wait, did you put it in the right one?
That was Khananaphone, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
My heart just stopped.
That was Khananaphone you did. Yes, yes, yes. And then Omni has one also.
Yeah.
Alright, good.
How are we doing on time?
Alright, we got 13 and a half minutes left.
No, you son of a...
What do those gems do? Are those just points?
Those are
Extra
1-ups.
lives.
1-ups. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're in a... I think that this goal starts you off with enough extra lives that it's not really a big deal. But in a actual run, like, lives are extremely helpful. Because between stage 2 and 3, there's a lot of death abuse between those 2 stages. So having a lot of lives early on is very helpful. And there are a couple spots in stage 5 where it can be helpful as well. For example, that platform room that goes up and down where you need to kill the 4 pirates. But yeah, I don't think there's anything in stage 1. Yeah, I forget. And there's definitely nothing in stage 4. Stage 4 is a pretty linear, very straightforward level, besides the forking path. But I mean, the path that I meant, the like alternate path I mentioned before with bouncing rocks, is so ridiculously slower than the one used in the run that it's just like hilarious, and so you'll never ever see that part of the run.
Once again, Khananaphone and Omnigamer are less than a second apart.
I know, these guys must be copying each other's strats or something.
It's a
You're
lofty
sure they're not the same person?
0.35.
Yeah.
If only Razielim finished that run before.
Don't worry, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
He's waiting for the last minute. This has been the episode of waiting for your last run to do something amazing. Or waiting for your last run to get crushed by rollers.
No. Almost good luck, but then not good luck.
That happens a lot.
The nice thing about having a bell is that it essentially, I mean, there's basically zero luck in this bell room with the one dude. So having a bell for something like that, needless to say, is extremely helpful. There are also these NPCs you see on Omni's stream, which basically just give you flavor text. I forget if they ever tell you anything like remotely helpful, but it's
I talked to
just
pretty
like,
much everyone I came across, and nope.
Really?
Yep.
And each of them say two things.
Oh, really? If you talk to them twice?
Yeah. They're like,
Huh. Oh.
they're all useless, but there are
Yeah.
two things. It's like, save someone and then save them again.
Kill all Pete sure is one nasty scallywag. That kind of thing.
Yes.
I think there's a bit of luck with the bell room in that where he goes after he hits the button, because sometimes you can cleanly get into the room and sometimes he comes up to meet you and blocks the entrance.
Yeah. From my experience, it's pretty rare that he blocks you. I'm used to a co-op run, which it's like there's none of that because he'll always be where you need him to be. But yeah,
I want him to get in the way. You want to take that damage.
so you can get hit again on the way out, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I assume you might not be. You probably don't have enough lives to do that in an actual run.
Or I guess one person would be right by the door though,
Yeah.
in a co-op.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe what these guys are doing. I have 10 seconds. Oh, I got the double! The double!
Uh-oh.
Nice.
That double hit, what is that?
Well done.
Oh man, you got the double.
Well,
Alright.
you got the double after missing 3 bomb throws. So.
Yeah,
What
so
is
it's
going
at the
on?
same
I guess
time.
that's okay.
It was just set up for the double.
What's going on? It looks like Raz is in first now with a 530 or so.
Yep, looks like he took first. He got a double hit on the final room before the last boss.
What's the final
Didn't
time
split.
for Khananaphone and Omni? Omni's in the lead by a sliver.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
Oh, I should.
0.4 currently.
Oh, the fuck! Oh, this shot!
We've
Got
got
the random
about
stuff you can do in this game. Just randomly catch the ball and throw it back at some guy that you didn't even plan to hit.
Even though my
got,
splits are completely screwed up,
oh
this
yeah,
pace is good.
plus 113. That's fine. Only the
That
last.
third's very good.
None of the splits matter really, but
Dual building.
get the last one right. That's all.
Haven't you read YouTube comments? Apparently the splits determine who has the world record.
Also, I noticed sometimes you can, when you're like applying a grappling hook to a latch, if you're positioned wrong, like it'll apply, then you
Yeah.
walk, and you just fall immediately.
Oh, the Rygar effect. Hmm.
All right, boys, let's have fun.
Is something going on with the internet?
Everything looks okay to me.
Everything seems okay.
The internet of the world.
Man, that sword almost got me.
Yeah, there's Korean hackers have decided to just take down everything.
Okay. Well, from my end, you guys are all sounding like robots. So,
Oh.
Yeah,
hopefully.
that's
You
great.
can, yeah, you can try to disconnect and reconnect to the Skype call in between runs if you want.
I don't think it's the Skype call too, because I lost the TSSB feed, so
All right.
something's
Well, your stream is still solid, so
okay. Well, if that's still going good,
You
then
even sound fine too, which is weird. Usually it's like both ways.
Mhm.
For big voices.
So yeah, that screen early on, like 4 screens in after the very first stairs down, that's actually what we were talking about a bit about before, where you want to step just like barely off the side of the ledge so that you can kick the block as you need to. Otherwise, you just need to, it's a much longer chain of blocks that you kick. But by stepping off the pit just barely, you're able to you're able to like do a quick 180 and kick a block immediately into a pit. If you watch for it, I guess like Khananaphone will be there in a minute, in like 2 screens, and you'll be able to see what we're talking about.
No, I won't.
Can't believe the most resets are on like the first 3 screens. Not even that
Yeah,
hard.
taking any damage is like, Mamma mia.
You can always walk around with your hands up if you want to like catch stuff that comes at you, but for every time you put your hands up, you lose 1 frame. So that's up to you if you want to do it or not.
saves the frames.
Can't take that risk of losing that frame.
We've have had some close matchups here, so that 1 frame might make a difference.
There was that one tie.
We did have a tie. We have had a tie before, yeah.
It actually necessitated a column for ties in the leaderboards.
Mm-hmm. It's only a matter of time before that happens. It's alright.
We had
Oop,
2
jeez.
ties before.
What's that?
We had 2 ties before. We did.
We had more than one?
Maybe we had a tie, but then their run was beaten.
Oh yeah, we may have had an interim tie.
But yeah, if raising your hands didn't cost the frame, I would be doing that all the time.
Right.
Same.
Agreed.
Hands up.
Hands up, hands up.
Raise the roof.
Raise the goof.
Oh boy.
If you're the first one to think of that, then I'm ashamed.
I hope that I'm not,
Of
because
everyone.
I would have lost faith in humanity if that was the case.
Yeah.
There's a sick YouTube remix for Raise the Goof, I'm sure.
Just how
The
sick.
Goof Troop theme song and God, what's the actual title?
And of the cartoon?
No, that one song with Raise the Roof is like the
Oh.
Mm.
I don't know.
1 second improvement. Wow.
I'm gonna have to make a Kaizo Goof Troop ROM hack just so I can call it Raise the Goof.
That'd be great.
Yeah, more games need Kaizo versions of them.
I agree.
Kaizo Sparkster.
That game is already Kaizo.
Kaizo Ping Pong.
So yeah, as you can see here, I mean, like, Omni got the platform where he needed to be, but then getting off of it can be really difficult because you're standing in the bottom middle of the platform, like, waiting for your good arrow, but then you need to make it, like, walk off of it.
Right, you gotta
And
pass through
the
2 or
top-
3 other squares.
Yeah, exactly. And the top couple rows of that platform are very heavily laden with bad arrows, so you can die very easily. Or just be like delayed very easily.
So I'm trying to think of games that are like Lolo, but for the Super Nintendo. I mean, I think this game definitely, there are some things that remind me of Lolo in it. But is there anything else that's even in that same kind of category for SNES?
There's a Japanese game called Power Sokoban, which is I think it's like a level by level Sokoban game, which is just like very standard block pushers. But the level, I mean, when I say level by level, it's like a string of screens put together like Goof Troop is. But it's definitely a lot, like every single part of the game is block pushing with the occasional boss fight, which is a bit more action heavy. So that's probably.
How are we doing on time, by the way?
Oh yeah, we got a minute and a half left on the clock.
Okay.
Man, look at these splits. So good.
I don't know how many other just like standard Sokoban type games there are for Super Nintendo anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
My PP splits are great. They're like -5, -7, and then a +1 at the end.
All right.
No
So
double hits, sadly.
with just a minute left to go, this is where the players are going to have to do some considering. They have about a minute worth of gameplay before they need to make a decision.
Just give me a countdown, and I'll go from there.
All right.
This could be
It all
pretty good if
depends
we
on the
get through.
cannon room.
So yeah,
the dodge.
pretty close. 5 seconds separating Khananaphone from Razielim, and another 2 seconds separating Razielim from Omnigamer.
We're just gonna have like a big three-way tie if it stays like this.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Or wait, no. Or no, yeah, it would.
3-way tie.
Three-way tie.
What are the scores right now?
It's Khananaphone is 525, Raziel 530, and you're
525. Wow.
yeah 525,
Raziel's now at
530.
529.
Jeez. Pick up the pace.
Yeah, again, that's way better than my PB.
Oh yeah, it just updated 529. Okay.
I mean, from practice.
Salt in the wound, but I mean, I think the run that ended a couple minutes ago, Omni, I think that was on pace for the first. But...
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, bell strats. So good.
Oh man, I just the timer has elapsed. We're at the point where you guys need to decide if you want to reset. So
Just give him the 5, 4, 3, 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay. Well,
I didn't get there.
Khananaphone didn't quite
Oh,
get there in
no.
time. Omni and
Yes.
Raziel keeping their runs, it looks like.
Yeah,
Oh.
having
Omni would love to reset at this point.
a reset is worth like nothing. Almost. Take any damage.
What's the first split? The hook in the lower right?
Demonstrate the randomness of the boss here.
Yeah, so you're watching. Oh.
I mean, as nasty as that damage conveyor belt room was to Omni, he had a really good mini cannon room, so...
Oh, -9. Wow.
Oh, that's...
I don't have
Just
any
got
more
a
deaths
carry.
to abuse. So... Yeah, this runs over.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep going anyways, but... Dang.
Well, Razielim definitely.
Scores are all over the place today.
Yeah, you first and then
I've
third and
been first, second, and third.
first, second, and third this time. Wow.
We all have
I think that goes for everybody else too.
Yeah.
three-way tie.
That's the way we like it. Nice and even competition.
I'm gonna go back and watch your guys' mini cannon strats because that's probably the most fun part of this goal.
What I would do is just if the top one doesn't die like immediately, I'd get the bell, go out the right, like go out the right door, then come back in, and then basically there's
Yeah.
just one tough guy. If you kill it, then you're usually okay. It's not too consistent though.
Well, I put up the bonus game if you guys want to give it a try. You don't have to, but you're welcome to. While we're waiting for Razielim's last run to finish. Waiting
Yeah, I think I might have to leave.
impatiently because I really want to see the outcome of this. This is
What's the bonus
barring
game?
some... What's that? Bonus game would be On the Ball.
Oh,
Again?
everybody loves On the Ball.
Have we had that as a bonus
That's
game?
true though.
If he has
We
a
have it
good,
as one of the games before.
Yeah, we had it as a mystery game like a while back. But I figured it would make an interesting bonus game just because you can get a whole different... 3 completely different games played this week.
Oh my god.
I like On the Ball a lot. Very fun game.
Yeah, me too.
What's the other name
Just
for it?
Just-
I can't remember. Yeah, it has another name, doesn't it?
It's bothering me. Someone in chat has my back.
Oh, so close, 526.
What is it?
oh man,
You were lucky this time.
Camel Try or Camel Tree.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
man, that was-
Camel Tree. Right. What a weird name.
camel tree.
I did not think you were going to say tree.
Oh man, so Raziel looks like he's coming up just a little short.
Yeah, we're absolutely gonna double check that.
Yep. Mythical is
Ah.
hard at work.
My
Getting
elevator
frame
was
count.
absolutely horrible and that cost me like 3 seconds.
Wow.
I was so close to dying in that run too. The last sword right at the end.
Alright. Well, while Mythical's looking that up, I'll show you guys the overall what happened here. So we had Omnigamer taking first in the first Goof Troop match. Omnigamer, Khananaphone, Razielim. Raziel takes first in the Sparkster match over Omni and Khananaphone, and then Khananaphone in the third match takes first over Raziel and Omni. So it looks like every person is in every position so far. So it's a complete tie all the way around. Each player has 1, 2, 3 wins and 3 losses. Is that right? Yeah. Wow. A 3-way tie, that's new.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
Good
it.
job, guys.
Everybody.
But there should still be a slight change in the numbers based off of the rankings everyone had going into the episode.
I could go look that up in a second. Let me change this. Oops, let me just change what's written up here on the screen, and then we'll go and see if the numbers changed. Yeah, because we're using a rating system and everyone's ratings are slightly different, you may see a little bit of a point change, but probably not very much.
This episode was really, really good.
Oh no, I'm the
Yep.
highest rated.
Oh no, yeah, you're gonna lose. Sorry.
I'm only like 15 above,
Right.
maybe a couple points.
Interesting fact, ELO is not an acronym. It was invented by a guy named ELO.
Yep. It's not capitalized. Well, I mean, it's capital E, but it's not all the way capitalized. Same thing with Lua, by the way. Lua scripting. It's not
Huh.
capital L, capital U, capital A. It's just capital L. Try posting in some forum somewhere where they like Lua a lot and spell it capital L, capital U, capital A, and you'll get some snarky response.
Is this Bowie? Is this chiptune Bowie?
It's Men Without Hats or something. No, it's
It's the family dance. What are you talking about?
oh, it's a safety dance. Oh, it's the family dance. All right. Well, anyway, you guys don't have to stick around for the to play the bonus game, but if you'd like to, you're welcome to. Also, if any SGL players are in the audience and would like to hop in and give this bonus game a try, just send me a Skype message and I'll give you a stream key.
Alright, was fun day. I gotta get going here.
Alright, cool. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh no, I prepared to follow the runners thing and again. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, see ya.
Yep, see you later.
See ya.
Does anyone want to give On the Ball a try? I could try it too.
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here.
I think I actually submitted that game once for Mystery Game Tournament and people did not really like it that much.
It's tricky. I don't know. I can see how, if it's, you know, people are just used to platformers, how it'd be very hard to get their head around.
The only thing I didn't like is if I ever did more than 2 races of it back to back, I would get really dizzy and like serious motion sickness. And I don't get motion sickness, but that game did it for me. So it's not a game of over 40 minutes playing time. Suggested.
Oh yeah, Bass Guitar Bill, I think I'm just going to extend the offer to people who have already done SGL just because the setup and, you know, getting the tools and, you know, using it, and I'd have to make a user account for you. So it's easier for people who already have that. Sorry to exclude you.
I guess I just have to be on the show.
I know, maybe you should sign up to be on the show sometime. That would be one way in.
Expert 2, 3, and 4. Huh?
Let me see if I got that message from JDN. I sure did. I knew I was going to get a Skype from JDN. Alright, just a second.
I remember On the Ball.
Yeah, you remember this.
I think
Oh,
it was
man, this
paired
game.
with Contra.
Yes, it
And
was
so
Contra that time.
The top-down spinning the whole world around thing was actually
A theme.
Appropriate.
There's another ball game that people absolutely need to play. Does anyone of you here know Balls
Oh
3D?
god. Wait, I
Balls
thought you were going to
3D.
say Adventure Ball.
No, thank you. No balls necessary.
Balls 3D is the absolute best fighting game. It's gonna be at EVO next year. Well, not yet, but
You
I'm gonna
can't
make it
compete
be at
with
EVO next year. You don't know Balls 3D? It's basically guys made up of balls throwing balls at other people in a fighting game. It's absolutely great.
Lost a lot of time.
Hey, so I gotta go ahead and duck out, but
Alright.
thank you
Alright.
for having me. If anyone in there, like they've talked about it already, but SGL is seriously a lot of fun. So if this looked like fun to you, definitely consider, giving it a shot because it's a good time.
Yep, thank you very
Thanks for
much
joining us today, Blackie.
coming on and
Yep.
Good to have you here
Talk
as
to you guys
always.
later.
enlightening
Thanks,
us
Blackie.
on the nature of Goof
Of the Goof.
Spark.
Alright, see you
So
later.
that was Blecky. Is it just Blecky? Twitch.tv/. No, it's Blexzors.
It's
or
Blexors, isn't it?
something.
Yeah.
Is it a Z-O-R-Z?
I believe so.
You can follow Blecky. Maybe one day you'll see some Sparkster or some Goof Troop. If I recall, hitting those minus time things actually becomes a problem when you're playing it for the first time.
Yes, it
You don't
does.
really know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You'll actually just lose.
Well, I think even people who play this game don't know what they're doing most of the time.
Oops. Go away, go away, go away.
I love these level
Funny that
names.
you say that because not too long ago, back in September, we had a submission to TSSB for On the Ball, and that run was absolutely amazing.
It looks like a game that could be done really quickly if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, watching that run was absolutely ridiculous. It's the ridiculous spins he did that are like you have to be so precise with just the very slight movements sometimes because your ball is falling so quickly, and you're going through these really small gaps, like zigzagging back and forth. It's so hard to get good at this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's multiple spinning speeds, right? Because if I remember correctly, there's 3 ways to turn to rotate the screen.
Was it 3? I thought it was 2. I don't remember.
I think you can use. I think there's 2 buttons, or plus the shoulder buttons,
You
and
can
combine them,
jolt
right?
it too. I didn't know that.
I think
If
you
you
can
press
pause
up
it
or
as
down,
well.
it like shakes the screen briefly, as kind of like you do with a pinball machine.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, tilt.
it's got a little bit of that.
Pinball machines, aka the true stars of HDQ.
Mm-hmm. Wow, nuts.
Ooh, no offense to Omnigamer, but I'm looking at this YouTube video of the record.
It's got a ways to go.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it
It's a shame.
was pretty ridiculous.
Oh man, I was expecting a world record caliber run right off the bat. 5 minutes into it.
Of course. Oh, I froze that. So I can beat Expert 2. Expert 3 is a problem.
Oh, what is even happening? The ball's going up. I guess he was hitting like speed arrows that were.
The weirdest thing about this game is if you get game over, there's like a 1 in 10 chance that you don't get a game over and can just keep on playing.
Also,
That's awesome.
Wow, that's weird.
So if you were a test or something or had save state or something, you could just always get this 1 in 10 chance and just never die.
Like if you had a task
would
that
be
was
cheating.
dying a bunch, though.
It would be
Well,
like
I
a
don't know.
casual playthrough. On
Right, a
emulator.
casual task could do it.
Like, oh crap, I screwed it up. Let's
So to
just
be fair,
save that state.
Oh,
some of the
point
levels
eight.
are really hard, so you might go like, oh, I just want to beat this game, but it's so hard. You might as well just use save states or something.
I see.
What? I don't want a lucky chance. Okay, fine.
Lucky chance. That seems like something that ruins your speed run.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Bring out
have
the
picked up so many coins in the negative zone.
I didn't hit that time. I see what they did here. Fine, we'll just make a really frickin' long stage, and good luck.
Ooh, I like these little directional zones. Look at that.
Unfortunate thing.
-2 seconds. So when you hit those, is it those X-shaped things in the boxes that remove time from your timer?
Yep.
That's
all
what
of
that
those.
is. Ah,
Who was that pretty lady? She's like the goddess of
She's-
the ball.
the sphere goddess.
Now I really want to know the story behind Spark.
The plot of this game.
Isn't that the same one as from Evo, Search for Eden? Didn't that
No.
also have like a lady
Should-
like that? I don't know.
Looks it did have a lady like that, but it's a different picture. But you're right, there was the whatever the Mother Earth lady is in that.
Mother Gaia.
Sure, maybe.
Maybe this is her sister. Lady of Balls. I don't know.
It's the ball lady.
She was teased when they were growing up all the time.
A new record. I don't believe that. Okay. Now to do it all at once.
Oh wow, we have another player now. Maybe. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, top tier wordplay from the chat. It's Balutina.
Oh,
Balutina. Oh my. 38.5 on the clock. Does the speedrun of this game just go for actual real time or try to maximize the in-game time?
Probably real time, but I mean, you could do a regular time attack.
Problems.
Right. Well, I'm just yeah, time attack versus real time attack, but I think in general, time attack is kind of gone out of style.
I don't think in-game time would be much fun because there's like walls with like a little tile in it that gives like +3, and you have to go really fast down the wall and hit that tile. And if you miss it, you can just like reset or something.
Now I think I'm getting it. I didn't get any lucky time. Why not?
Maybe it only gives it to you if your time's low. It's a modern game design. The good guys have to be penalized, and you have to give free stuff to the bad guys.
Of course.
Ah, the Mario Party logic.
Right.
Mario Kart logic?
Nintendo logic in general, I guess.
Yes.
Alright, that's better.
Get in there. Alright. There we go. I have no idea what time that actually turned out to be, but I think I did pretty okay. Okay, I think I have to get going, guys, but thanks for having me on. It was a
Cool, yeah.
blast.
Thanks for being on.
And,
Thanks for coming.
yeah, we'll see you next week.
Alright, see you then.
Bye.
So I actually should have pointed out before the show officially ended that we're not going to have an SGL next week. Next week I'm not going to be around on a Saturday. So I didn't schedule anybody, but we will be back the following Saturday for sure. Also, if anyone's interested in doing a Thursday night episode, anybody who can't do Saturdays for whatever reason, I've got a couple other people who are in that same situation. I'm trying to put a Thursday episode together, so let me know about that. We might be able to make up for our missing SGL by doing it on a Thursday. Oh yeah, Jaden, you can jump in the call. We've got you in the group here.
I'm gonna hop out of the call as well. And,
Alright. See you later, Art.
I'm also gonna leave for now. Bye, guys.
Okay, it'll be just me.
I'm here too.
Oh, you're still here. Wait, I thought you said you were leaving. That
No,
must have been someone
that was
else.
someone else.
Okay. I mean, who's talking? Who is this?
Oh. So we have Jadian and you meant
me.
There's another player. You're playing. Okay.
No, it's not me. I'm not playing. It's just JD right now. And we'll just speculate about what he's thinking.
Riveting entertainment.
Right. Well, that's the wrong one. What's that? Hello? Nope. Nope.
I hear the white noise.
Yeah, that's me, sorry.
Yeah. I remember, actually.
I
It's not
recognize
that
that white noise.
I'm having some issues with my joystick because I hit the, Can you hear me?
Yes.
Issues with the joystick. You hit something.
Yeah, my R button is never unpressing.
Oh, that's bad for this game, isn't it? Isn't it L and R to rotate the
Yeah,
stage?
it rotates the screen.
Well, I use my L and R buttons for the splits.
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
Start.
But can't you use other buttons to rotate as well?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure
Considering
that...
those are the only things you do.
Yeah, I thought that there was like 3 different ways to rotate your dude in this. Okay, I'm gonna load this game up now.
Shoulders and
I use the
Y and A or something.
I use the PlayStation 3 controller, and I use the right trigger for splitting and restarting the run. And for some reason, the button doesn't want to unpress.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm talking to myself.
Mikey in the chat confirms it is face buttons, D-pad, and shoulder buttons all to turn.
Right, that's what it was. 3 different ways to do it. Alright, I'm setting up so I can play this as well. I'm coming in.
Look out!
I'm coming in, guys.
wow. I don't know how this happened. I guess I'm gonna plug it off. Wow, that's kind of not good.
What?
I use joystick to bind it so that I can use the left and right trigger buttons for restarting the run and splitting. I've unplugged my controller and it says the right trigger is still pressed.
Guess you're playing on keyboard.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing my splits with keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what times did people manage to get?
For this, I'll look it up in a second, but I don't know.
I had that
offhand.
open. Omnigamer didn't actually use splits, so if you really want to know, you'll have to check the tape. Oh, this can't be right. It's saying like 34 seconds.
Yeah. That's what it says on the website?
Yeah.
Okay, that might have been one that I was missing the times for, and so I just put the placeholders times. There was one episode where I didn't have the times, I just had the order that people finished.
I am seeing a couple. I mean, some of these times look real, but then there are other ones that don't.
The order of the people is correct, even if the times are wrong. There was something where I didn't have the times for some of them, but a few of them I still had the actual runs for, so I just went back and timed the runs that I had. I can't remember which ones, but that must be one of them.
It's been a while since the last time I played this game, so I've got like no memory of the well, I guess my controller's working fine now. I've got barely any memory of how the actual stages go, other than the test run I did just a minute ago.
I always like when we get games like these on the show, because it tests an entirely different skill set than most other games. I don't know what speedball is, but it has awesome music.
Oh, goodness. Here, just a second. How many splits did I say to use for this?
3.
All
Just
right.
3 stages, so.
Right, that makes sense. Hey, there we go.
Ooh, the game has SNES mouse support.
Oh wow, that must be fun. So yeah, it looks like you can turn faster if you use, more than one turning method at the same time.
I couldn't remember whether or not that was true, but
It looks like they do stack.
nice.
It looks like you
I'm not
can
sure I
get
can actually
this
manage that.
on the DS.
The DS.
And PC and PS2 and PSP and iPhone and Zune.
Covering all the bases. There, I submit a time for you to beat.
All right.
There's a concept page on Giant Bomb for games in which you directly control a spherical object.
What about games where you control the world and not the object directly?
Well, I mean,
Where you control gravity?
you're getting into relativity there. And you're blowing my mind.
It's with this game and Labyrinth, basically.
Yeah. So there's Super Monkey Ball, Katamari, a couple of weird games I don't recognize. Metroid, when you turn into the morph ball.
Controlling a spherical object, okay.
Something called Vertigo on the Wii. Marble Saga.
I hope Marble Madness is on there, right?
Yeah, that's probably near the bottom because it's by release date. Labyrinth, Smash Brothers Brawl. I wonder if that's just Samus again.
You could argue
Switch ball.
Kirby or
Where do you even go in this room? Oh, it's this way.
Gumboy Crazy Adventures. PC 2006.
Crazy Adventures of Gumboy.
Yeah, there's Marble Blast. Kirby Canvas Curse. Lots of Super Monkey Ball. Something just called Mojo with an exclamation mark. Can you master 100 levels of block-breaking marble action? That's literally all the information attached to that game.
It's not really a game so
Sounds
much as a
good.
question.
Kirby Tilt and Tumble. Roll away. Oh, Glover. Wait, it said specifically that it has to.
Yeah,
the
directly.
character must not control or impede the. Well, I guess it doesn't impede it, but yeah, I don't know.
You control the
Kirby's
glove or
Dream
you control the
Course.
ball? That's
You control the glove,
what I thought.
but when the glove is pushing the ball, you're basically controlling the ball.
I mean, if they're counting Samus's morph ball, I guess that can
Yeah,
count
yeah.
too, right?
It doesn't have to be 100% ball control.
It doesn't have to actually fit the premise of the category or anything.
There's on the ball.
Thank goodness. Does
Cloud Kingdoms.
What about Smart Ball? Is that in there?
Incredible Shrinking Sphere. For the... what is that? Amiga... AST. What is that even? Is the Atari? No, Atari ST. Okay.
I see.
There's Marble Madness. Airball. I'm not seeing smart. No, there's no smart ball here, but let's
Super
see if
Monkey
it's-
Ball, you said, right?
Yeah, lots of Super Monkey Ball games.
I disagree with this idea though about you said the category is things where you control it directly,
Yeah.
and you don't in this game or in Super Monkey Ball. I would buy Marble Madness obviously, but this not really. You're controlling gravity, and gravity controls the ball.
So by the transitive property,
Oh
you
sure.
control the ball.
Okay. So then directly means nothing.
Mickey made a valuable note that holding the B button makes you drop faster and can make you jump.
Valuable note.
You know, reminders that are in the tips.
Well, there are 18 different concepts attached to Smart Ball, but the ball, the play ball one is not. The witch concept, wall jump, transformations, sticking, shape-shifting, royalty, magic, Konami code, I guess that works in Smart Ball.
Really?
Flattening, fan translation, damsel in distress, countdown timer, collectibles, spelling out words. That's awesome that that has its own concept.
Spelling out words?
Yeah, like, you know...
Like spelling Nintendo and RC Pro-Am?
Yeah. No, well, yeah, I guess that works, but it's more like the coins in Super Mario World. I guess those are blocks, but they spell out like arigato when you get to the end of the
Oh,
stars.
you are super player?
Yeah. Climbing, anthropomorphism, alteration in 2D. I want to see all the games with collectibles and spell out words.
Wow, I'm terrible at this game. This is amazing.
Only 24 results. Why are there so many Tony Hawk games on this list? Oh, because you collect the letter skate. Okay.
Yeah, skate. That's true. The skate.
Donkey Kong Country Returns when you collect Kong. Gianna Sisters.
What about Bubble Wobble?
Word Pirate. Abuse. I don't know what that is.
Abuse
Ring
was a
Band.
game by Bungie where you use the D-pad to move your guy and the mouse controls where you're shooting. It's a platformer. Pretty fun. I don't know what you spell on that though.
Oh, it was published by Bungie. It was developed by Crack.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that looks cool actually.
That's a fun game, yeah.
Cool Spot. Smart Ball. Super Mario Land.
What do you
Bubble
collect in Super Mario Land?
Is there one of the scrolling levels?
Maybe.
The blocks that
Oh, yeah,
spells
could be
out
it.
something? Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Really? Oh yeah, I guess so. I wonder what you're spelling in that.
Sadly, it doesn't list, like, why those concepts are attached to that game.
You have to play it to
just
find
are.
out.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm terrible at this. I keep hitting the wrong direction on my D-pad.
I can't manage to hold two directions at once and still understand what I'm doing.
Yep, I was trying to use both D-pad and the L and R's, and I can't. I'll keep like counteracting my movement. D-pad
And I'm
seems
trying to
move
do
the
it now while
fastest,
holding
though.
B as well.
Yeah, I think they go different speeds. I think D-pad is the fastest one, and L and R is the slowest. Nice. Oh, I always do that, dang it.
Oh, that was slow overall.
Smashing the double row of blocks, I'm having some trouble with that.
Jumping is part of that.
Yeah, but you bounce up so high. I'm trying to do
You
that
like
efficiently.
you break the block that's next to the wall.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm gonna die. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, so bad.
I've not had any problems with dying so far, except for the first time.
Well, I bumped this spot where I bumped into a bunch of those time-losing things.
I felt bad looking back and seeing that I didn't have any recordings of my first SGL race. I didn't record it when I was streaming it. Still got the files that I submitted, but I don't have the actual stream itself.
Yeah, I don't think we did either. Right, we lost it. There's a couple things that disappeared when the VOD system switched over. We tried to highlight as much stuff as we could, but didn't all make it. Also, sometimes things just disappear, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that was what I noticed happened with that first episode I was on.
Yeah.
I checked back like a week later, and even the recording from past streaming or past broadcast was gone.
Right. Well, a lot of stuff back in like late 2013 when Twitch switched over to the HLS from RTMP, and a bunch of things changed. A lot of stuff was lost then. We also had a bunch of TSSV episodes with missing chunks that appeared around that time. Oh, the screen. I think I probably will eventually get sick if I keep playing this.
Hasn't been bothering me at all.
Well, we'll see. I'm gonna stick with it and see what happens. Mostly I'll just get sick with my own playing. So bad. There we go.
I'm having a hard time improving myself.
I can't seem to string together 2 good levels in a row. That's my problem. I'll get a great level and I'll follow it with like 2 stinky ones or something.
I started holding B and trying to hold 2 buttons for the fast turning, and that just makes things exponentially harder.
I'm still at the point where I sometimes will forget which direction turns the screen which way. So that's, I think I'm quite a ways from optimizing it like what you're doing.
Which buttons are you using?
I'm just using the D-pad.
Oh. I didn't have that problem when I was just using the D-pad, so... This seems like something that'd be fun to practice for a week on.
Yeah, it probably would. I'm sure I would get much better after maybe a couple hours of playing. I think something would probably click that hasn't happened yet.
God knows there's enough levels in the game to use for goals. Mikey was saying there's 100?
Wait, 100 levels in this?
Yeah.
What?
Like you beat it and then it gives you a password for more. The speedrun is about an hour long.
Wow, really? Wow.
Yeah,
and
an
he
hour
must be super
of
fast too.
Intense fucking.
Yeah, it's be intense.
spinning.
Because I bet the guy's doing it 3 times as fast as I'm able to beat any of these levels, and it's still taking him an hour.
Maybe only like twice as fast.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty bad. Have you seen me? But yeah, with the fast speed and with the using multiple buttons to turn, I could see how you could really optimize the heck out of this.
It's the turns that I find most impressive when I was watching the speedrun. Just the hairpin turns. He'll just keep the ball in the middle the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Very graceful.
Oh, good section.
Is the stream looking fine to you guys? Or okay?
Yeah, it
It
looks
was
good.
frozen for me for a moment.
Oh. Hitbox is a little weird sometimes.
Yep, sometimes. I haven't had too much trouble with it today, fortunately.
I've been having such trouble with Twitch. It's been like 2 days and I have not been able to connect once. Like even if I just do like twitch.tv, enter, and it's just a white screen. Sometimes I get a black screen with the Twitch logo and it's still, then it doesn't do anything. It's pretty bizarre. Wow, Jadian, I saw that. That was awesome. That left and right.
I'm glad it actually worked. I feel like I'm not improving that split at all, though. I can't really tell, though.
Oh, did someone cue up Sonic Spinball music? Yes.
Very appropriate.
I have an odd fondness for that game.
Frogness.
Frogness. Yeah, that's very odd, actually.
Yeah, that was worse.
Oh, I hate level 2.
I wonder, though, if we used this game again for SGL and then one of the players just got horribly motion sick. That would suck.
Yes, that would suck. Yeah, I could definitely see it being possible, like this game and sort of a mohawk and headphone jack kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can definitely feel a little bit. I'm pretty motion sickness sensitive, but I'm doing all right. But I'm sort
not
of
very sensitive, but I'm. Maybe it's
You
because I've
feeling a
got
bit?
you and Jadian, and then you and Jadian again in the other corner. But yeah, I feel it a little bit.
Yeah, I was playing Descent a little bit a while back, and I had to make the screen really tiny, because if I made it full screen, it would just be like instant vomit. Which is weird, because I used to play it all the time as a kid. I played that, for hours and hours, and I didn't have a problem. It just must be something new, or maybe it's just because I'm out of the habit of playing 3D-ish games.
Maybe it's just age. Just something
Just
about
really,
it.
that'll happen over time. That's what people have to look forward to.
Yep.
It's weird because I'll also get it. If I'm watching a first-person shooter game, I don't generally have a problem if there's a foreground object, like if he's holding a gun prominently. But then if I watch Mirror's Edge, which is just nothing but a camera moving, you don't see anything in the front, like motion sick. Just having that one little object to hold on to apparently is all it takes.
Micah was just saying the same thing in the
Oh, it was? Okay.
channel chat. That the game's not too bad while you're playing it because you're focused on the ball.
Focus on the ball, right. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I am looking at the ball. I'm on the ball.
Shame I'm not on the ball.
That's bad.
My scores aren't really improving that much.
No, I haven't been able to... I'm hitting the wall here in the 213.
Which I'd like to point out is 17 seconds further from Jadian's wall.
And I'm beating my split 2 time too, which makes it worse.
Is there a task for this game?
I don't know, but I would love to see it after having played this. I can't imagine what the optimal strategies for this would look like.
No. There's Smart Ball, Ultraman Ball, Super Dodge Ball, Dragon Ball. No on the ball.
There's a game called Ultraman Ball.
Yeah, on the Game Boy. It's Ultraman Ball.
Okay.
It's like a chibi Ultraman. And why is it called ball? Is it like a pinball? Yeah, he rolls into a ball.
Oh, I see.
And it's a lot like Kirby actually, in the way it looks. I like the description text too. Ultraman Ball is a platform game featuring the famous Japanese television character Ultraman. However, the game has little to nothing to do with Ultraman, as oddly enough his power in this game is to transform into a ball and bounce around a lot.
Where did I say to split exactly? Or to stop the split? Like when the screen starts to spin?
When it says completed.
Oh, and it just says completed, okay.
Oh my god. I'm watching the YouTube run.
This is a
and one of
real-time
the-
run?
Yeah.
Okay.
By Garbanzo guy. And one of the stages has a background of one of those Moai heads. There's Easter Island,
Right.
right? And because the background doesn't change when you rotate, he's like rotating with the ball, and it was freaking me out a little bit. I don't know. It was like you couldn't get away from him.
His eyes follow you.
Love to see a task that never touches a wall.
It might be faster in some cases to get some bounce off of the wall, I don't know. There we go. I didn't get trolled by that stop-go thing.
Nice.
I swear all the time I'm losing is from breaking through these double blocks. I need to see the proper way to do that.
It looks like later on there are arrows that change gravity.
There
Oh,
are some
fun.
level 2 or 3 here.
Oh. But like wow, they're like they can go in diagonals and all kinds of shit.
Uh-oh, get back.
Well, that was kind of cool. At one point, he crashes into a row of blocks and then spins it 180 degrees and jumps up into the blocks to continue smashing through them.
Oh, nice. Playing on sun level gravity would definitely be interesting. There, I improved a little bit. I'm still losing time on the third stage, but not quite so bad.
Still room for further improvement. Aw, fees.
I split early. But yeah, I missed that. I always do this. I get in that last corridor and then I can't finish the job. That last room.
Because of the heart of the diamond.
That's what it is. Heart of the diamond.
I've been getting better at that, kind of.
I bet you'd start to improve a lot more if you like stopped kind of doing attempts and actually
Yeah,
drilled
actually
out
practice the levels,
certain crazy.
strats for these
Yeah.
things. Yeah, to be honest,
It's
I
not very
don't
fun.
even have the levels memorized, so, you know.
This is one of those things where I wonder if the level is spelling out something if you zoom all the way out.
Oh yeah. So is there a concept page on Giant Bomb for games where the background doesn't move? Where the background image stays the same?
Static background.
Static background?
I don't know if there is one, but that's what I would.
Yeah. I've seen other games like this. Oh, what was that game in the SDA Mystery Tournament? Oh, Ganbare Natsuki-san had the same thing.
Background boss, scan the background, pre-rendered backgrounds.
Background boss? Like the boss is the background?
I guess it's linked to 45 games. Like, you know
Whoa.
that Castlevania, you fight that golem that you break into small pieces and his sprite stretches and
Sure, yeah.
I think he's part of the background. And that's why when you hit him, like, the screen flash is weird.
Strange.
But it's more just like when you have, like, a big thing in the background and like, two fists are kind of come out into the foreground, and that's what you're attacking.
Hey, one that's not bad.
God of War, Dante's Inferno, the Scott Pilgrim game, Mario Party DS, Serious Sam 2, Metal Slug 5, I don't remember which one that is.
Metal Slug 5. Wow, I did not play that many games in the Metal Slug series. Wow. 5.
Castlevania Area of Sorrow, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3.
I wonder if Yoshi's Island would be that boss where you get eaten.
Yeah, kinda. Super Mario Sunshine. Mega Man X5. Disney's Donald Duck Going Quackers. Xena Warrior Princess. Mischief Makers. Oh yeah, that red dragon thing. You grab his fists, you throw it into his face.
I wonder how many games... Alright, is there a concept page for games where you fight mirrors of yourself? Like doppelganger of yourself. Dark Link kind of thing. I wonder... I mean, obviously there must be a category for that, but I just wonder how many games fall into it.
There's a clone page.
Clone version of you is fine.
But it seems to be more like genetic clone.
Oh, like games that involve clones.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Metal Gear Solid was the first example. What if I go to Dark Link and then go to concepts?
And there you go.
Alternate costumes, alternate reality, duality, evil twin.
Go to
Fight
Super
yourself.
Fight Yourself, or that's sort of it. Super Dodgeball would have whatever Super Dodgeball has at the end, whatever you'd call that.
Makes me wonder why you don't have a fight against Little Mac and Punch Out.
Yeah.
I just realized this is a giant list of spoilers. Fight yourself, and it's like, I was like, oh, Persona 2. Wait, there's a thing where you fight yourself in Persona. Oh, I was gonna play that.
That's like the whole thing about Persona 4.
Well, now you don't need to play it. That was the whole thing.
I played Persona 4. I don't remember. I know Persona 3. In the extra chapter, there's a thing where you fight each other.
Well, I don't mean the main character, but I mean every time that you're unlocking someone's.
Oh
Persona.
yeah. I can't believe I didn't pick up on that. Yeah. That's literally the whole point. Is you're overcoming you. Yeah. Okay. Alright, we're getting into the really old games here. Mega Man, Zelda 2. Nope, no Super Dodgeball. You're gonna have to make an account and
add it.
start.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm losing time here. Oh well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to beat this 154.
I'm not going to be able to cut 2. No, I'm going to get sub 2 minutes. That's for sure. Mark my
Are you
words.
sure you aren't being unrealistic with your expectations again?
Sub 2 minutes? No. Every time I say it's going to be sub something, it always ends up being that.
Like when you're saying sub 3 for...
With your logic.
You were waiting for the rest of that argument, weren't you? Well,
wanting sub 3 for Sparkster.
No.
yeah.
Lucky and I both got 315 in our SGL race for it. After a week of practice.
Yeah, we originally thought it was 215.
Right.
So all the guys practicing were like, oh.
I'm terrible. Oh, but it's not so bad.
How is the concept of taking an item and throwing it at an enemy? We only have 153 games.
Is Rescue Rangers in there?
It better be.
It better be, or I'm making an account right now.
Nick Kids.
Yes.
It's probably in so few games that because nowadays you put items in your inventory before you throw them at enemies.
Mega Man, Mario 2,
Oh my god, this is terrible.
Dragon Crystal, Pit Fighter, Zelda, Mario Kart. Wait, this is already into the Super Nintendo. There's no. There's
I missed
no,
the good stuff. Wow.
No, there's no Mario.
There's no MC
There's
Kids?
no-
Jeez.
Nope, none of that.
What about Goof Troop?
Mickey Mania, XCOM, Donkey Kong. No, Mario Kart 64. We're getting into pretty late. I don't think Goof Troop came out before '99.
Didn't come up before 99? What?
Because it's chronological, so when I get to the N64 games, I know that Goof Troop is not going to be on the list.
Yeah, probably not.
Pretty much every Mario Kart game is on here. And Zelda.
Well, I'm not getting motion sickness, but I am starting to get a headache.
That's a sign of motion sickness, actually.
Just mild.
Yeah, headache and eye strain are part of motion sickness.
I used to have motion sickness a lot as a kid, just from car rides and such, but
Yeah.
eventually got over the vomiting.
Oh, that was terrible.
I just want one better time from this.
Presidential protagonists. Main characters in games who hold leadership positions for a nation, world, or planet.
Metal Wolf? Because I am the President of the United States.
Tropico 5.
Tell me Metal Wolf Chaos is on there, though.
It better be.
Yeah.
Ninja Time Pirate. I'm going backwards, so this is recent to the... So like Saints Row 4 is on there. Dynasty Warriors, probably every Dynasty Warriors is going to be on there.
Oh, that's true.
Lego the Movie. New Little King Story. This game is literally called Be a King. Golden Empire. Crusader Kings, King Arthur. Nobunaga's Ambition. Wait, Call of Duty Black Ops? I don't think you ever play as the president in Call of Duty.
They might have a character skin of it.
Sam and Max, the Devil's Playhouse. They should play Sam and Max. Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Sure.
Oh,
Destiny of an Emperor probably should be in there, too.
Sid Meier's Civilization. The Lion King Simba's Big Adventure.
That's true.
Technically a king.
It's in the name, man.
Metal Wolf Chaos is on the list.
Alright, everything's okay.
President Forever is a realistic simulation-focused turn-based political game. The game is geared toward the hardcore political fan. Whoever that is.
So it has to be at the national level, I guess. So like
or bigger, or like a world,
or bigger,
or a planet. Yeah.
Planet. Okay, so not Mayor Hagar doesn't count, huh?
I guess not. And I guarantee you that would be in here if it was.
Just going on to stage 5.
Yeah, I'm
Giant
moving on
box
too.
is
I noticed that. I was asking. Maybe I should just do that and give up on improving.
Oh yeah, King's Quest.
King's Quest. Yeah, I guess so. What about a chess game where you actually play as the king? Like battle chess? You can play as the king in that.
That's true. It's not on the list.
What? That should be. Hello. He's the king.
And queen. And bishop. Disorientation zone. A location that prevents the player from progressing until they follow a certain path or perform certain actions. Screenshot is the Lost Woods, so...
That's a... Okay, Lost Woods I guess I understand, but the definition sounds a little too broad. Isn't that everything? And any game with enforced sequencing?
A maze-like area that can only be successfully traversed if the player knows exactly how to proceed.
Alright, that sounds
The
right.
consequence for not knowing the solution is usually being placed back at the starting area, having endlessly travel in a series of similar looking locations. Concept is similar to that of a wraparound world. It's intended to make the player feel as if they are lost.
Go up, up, up the mountain ahead.
Yep. So there's lots of Zelda, Antechamber, that was a good game.
Oh yeah.
Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land on the Nintendo DS. I didn't know Tingle had his own game.
How could you not know about the best Zelda
Tingle's
character
Rosy
having his own
Rupee
game?
Land.
Best Zelda spin-off.
Average user rating of 3.67 stars. Someone wrote a 5-star review for this game.
Well, stage 5 was easy.
You won't hate Tingle after this game. Stars in his own off-the-wall adventure.
Alright, well this was fun, but I'm going to have to call it an evening. And cut the stream. You're welcome to keep playing, obviously, but you'll be playing by
Been
yourself.
fun.
Yep, I guess I'll stop dropping random video game knowledge.
Just save some of it for next time, because
Yeah.
this is lots of good stuff in
There's
here.
there's a big site there. Lots of stuff.
Oh, you died on Battleship.
Yeah.
I just finished it.
I'll go ahead and link the speed run one more time. And then I guess I'm out. That was
Have a good night,
show.
guys.
Cool. So like I said, we will not be back next Saturday, but the Saturday after that we will have more SGL for you. I'm going to be away next Saturday. So, hopefully you guys can find something else to do.
With your Saturday nights.
Right. What else would you do with a Saturday evening? I mean, come on.
I don't know. I was having trouble with this, figuring out what I was going to do today.
Well, now you have On the Ball to play. You have only 195 more levels to do or something. Alright.
Final trial.
I'll let you finish Final Trial and see what happens.
Or let it finish me.
Let it finish you. I want to see what's after the Final Trial. Don't let that fish eat your marble.
Oh, the background is moving. But it's also static. But it's moving.
You need to have a category for that too.
Wow, that was nicely done. Oh.
I wonder how close you were.
I was less than 5 seconds away.
Oh, good fortune!
What? Look at that extend.
Boom!
Ah!
You were right there, too! That's awesome. Here it
Any
comes.
moment now. There we go. Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Look at that PC!
The CF30.
Wow. You're a skillful player.
Even the name enter screen is all Jesus.
It is.
Take that, Ike.
Mars is
Excellent.
better.
We were
That was fun.
victorious. We're gonna end on a high note. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next
Cheers.
time.
Have a good night.